Hello everyone, welcome to What If Issei got the ultimate anime system from God movie. Before we start, please go support Dan Mori for writing that awesome fanfic. This is the translated version I made. There will be some mistake in character's gender, but of course Issei is a male. It is an Issei with an anime manga system that was created by a god who coincidentally is called Dan Mori. Prologue. A teenager with light blue hair was looking at a sphere and seemed to be searching for something. "There's no one there," said the boy, a little disappointed. "Calm down, Dan, you'll find someone," said a black smoke with a humanoid silhouette. "Dan, you said the same thing 3 years ago. You also said the same thing 3 years ago, and 5 years ago, and 6 years ago. It's tiring to hear your complaints so often. Dan, but a god should get everything he wants and more. Then create another world where there are people more worthy of your power." "Dan, nah, a lot of work," he said tiredly. "Well, don't complain, what you're doing isn't essential. Dan, if necessary, in the long term," he said as he returned his attention to the sphere and began to search. How is this boy?" he asked, seeing a boy being pierced by a spear of light from a fallen angel. "Are you sure, Dan? Choosing someone who's going to die soon?" he asked, half surprised. "Dan, alter the natural order of the world?" "Ha ha ha, yes," he said with a laugh, while the body of the impaled boy disappeared in the sphere. Narrated by Issei. Issei, the eldest son of the Hayato, with a sister who is 1 year younger than me named Izumi Hayato. But this is not important right now. Let's go to what brought us to this moment. A week ago, a girl named Yuma Amano came to me saying she was in love with me and asking me out. I accepted. As a pervert, I wouldn't miss the opportunity to go out with a cute girl like her. The day of the date was normal. We went to the mall, visited several stores, and at the end of the day we went to the park, and there she asked me a peculiar question. Not to say super strange, she asked me, "Will you die for me?" I didn't understand the question, and at that moment she revealed herself as a fallen angel, and immediately afterward her appearance changed to a more adult one with very revealing clothing. But her most notable change was that she now had wings as black as night on her back. She also revealed her real name, which was Reincarnation. She told me not to blame her for my death, to blame God for the power he granted me, and she created a spear of light in her hand and threw it through my stomach. I didn't want to die. I wanted to return to my family. But the only thing I could do at that moment was cry. I don't want to die. I just wanted to have a normal date with a pretty girl. I really don't want my life to end like this, God or whatever. If you save me, I swear I'll become a better person. Please, I don't want to end like this. I don't want to. End of Issei's narration. Alarm. The requirements requested by the Absolute have been met. The human is considered worthy by the Absolute. Transporting the human with the Absolute. Issei found himself waking up in a blue place. Issei, where am I? Wasn't I pierced by some kind of spear of light? Am I dead? He asked himself, confused. Dan, you are in a plane beyond heaven and hell, or the existential plane in which you believe, a place where life and death are meaningless. Eternity, replied the boy, approaching the chestnut. Issei, who are you? I asked with a little fear. He is Dan Mori, a being beyond any deity of your world. Issei, but what am I doing here? He asked again. Dan, clearing his throat, congratulations Issei Hayato, you were chosen to be the first user of a power created by me, he said happily while making confetti appear on the brown-haired man. Issei, a power created by you? He asked confused. Dan, you see, I'm always bored, and to have fun I usually watch human cartoons of all kinds. Some are very funny, but others leave a lot to be desired. And with that in mind, I decided to create my own version of these, merging many of my favorite programs into a leveling system, and so I can have fun watching the lives of humans with this power. And you were the chosen one, he explained with a smile. Issei, I understand, so that's what Reincarnation meant when she said to blame God for the power he granted me? He asked. Dan, definitely not. Until recently you were just a normal human, and as my partner already explained to you, I am beyond any god in this universe, explained the light blue-haired man. Issei, but what power were you referring to? He asked again. Dan, Longinus are innate powers that certain life forms are born with. The fallen angel was referring to a special Longinus, a sacred gear capable of killing gods called boosted gear, which contains the red dragon Gach, and that turns your sister into a security, explained the boy. Issei, that sounds important. Dan, but it's not good, being the security, she has to face in a duel to the death with the possessor of another Longinus, the dividing divine that houses Albion, the Hakuryuku. Those two dragons have been fighting since before being sealed in the sacred gear. They have faced each other for so long that I bet you they don't remember exactly why. That's why I don't like dragons, always fighting for stupid reasons, he said at the end with displeasure. Remember that it is not suitable for a lower life form to remain in this world for long. Dan, oh right, I almost forgot, he said, putting his right hand on Issei's head. I'll install the system now, he said with a smile. Issei, what? 5 minutes later. Dan, okay, that's it, you officially own the Dan Mori God leveling system, he said proudly. It's time for you to return to your world. Dan, one last thing, I'll take the liberty of modifying all the memories people have about the perverted beast of Ko. It would be a shame if my chosen one had a title like that. Well, now you have to go back, he said, as if it were the most normal thing in the world. Issei, can you do that? He asked, surprised. Dan, I am the true Almighty. I can allow myself to do something like that, he said calmly, but we are already making them too long, he said, putting his fingers on the brown-haired boy's forehead. Ratat Issei, he whispered, and Issei felt as if a strong pulse of wind pushed him, and he became unconscious. Dan, I hope you entertain me, Hayato Issei, he said with a look of absolute seriousness. Just merged Jin's expression and Dan's appearance. Issei suddenly woke up and saw some kind of blue screen in front of him. Alarm. Welcome, player. Issei, wasn't it really a dream? He asked seriously. Chapter 1, Descubriendo mis poderes. Issei, where am I? Didn't they open my chest with some kind of spear of light? Am I dead? He asked himself, confused. Dan, you are beyond heaven and hell or the existential plane you believe in, a place where life and death are meaningless, replied the boy, approaching the chestnut tree. Dan, okay, that's it, you officially own the Dan Mori God leveling system, he said proudly. Dan, I hope you entertain me, Hayato Issei, he said with a look of absolute seriousness. At the moment, Issei woke up confused. Issei, no, I wanted to know what the dream was like. Welcome, player. Issei, wasn't it really a dream? He asked himself, surprised. Alarm. You have new messages from the Absolute. Issei, a message from Dan? He said as a blue screen appeared in front of him, and he pressed the Messages option. Chat. Dan Mori. Unread messages. I forgot to tell you to check the Gifts option. I programmed the system to give you skills and a few other things. You'll thank me later. Issei was surprised and excited to know the abilities Dan gave him, so without wasting any more time. Issei, system, I want to see the skills that the creator left me, said the brown-haired boy. These are the skills predetermined by the Absolute. Gifts. 1 surprise gift. 2 surprise gift. 3 surprise gift. Complain. But. And. Notice. You obtained the skill, No Prince. Description. This skill will prevent you from acting stupid in exciting situations with women. Issei, really? Said the brown-haired boy with a poker face. You obtained 10,000 gold. Description. Used to buy things in the store. Issei, okay, this is better. You obtained Weapon Creator LV 1. Description. You have the ability to increase the strength and durability of an object. Issei, finally something really useful. Issei, get up to go to school, said a female voice outside the brown-haired boy's room. Issei, it's okay, Mom, he said to the one we now know is his mother. Then Issei got up and went to take a shower. When he left the bathroom, he went to the sink to brush his teeth. Then she left the bathroom and headed to her room to put on her school uniform. Issei, after school I could go to the forest to test the ability I got, said the boy in his mind as he went down to have breakfast. At the table sat his father and his sister Izumi. His father was drinking coffee, his sister was eating waffles. Waffles, 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 waffles. Issei proceeded to sit down, and then his mother brought him the same breakfast that his sister ate, and after finishing they went on their way to school. Issei, it's weird, before they looked at me in a bad way, but now it's… Izumi, and how did it go with Yuma? Issei, remembering everything that happened, we don't get along in the best way. Izumi, oh yeah? What happened? Issei, well, she wanted me to do something for her, and I didn't feel comfortable with that. Izumi, at least you tried when you went out with her. Issei, and how was school? Izumi, are you interested? Issei, I don't know, it's just to make conversation. Izumi, I was invited to join the occult club. Today I'm going to see what the club is like. Issei, look how fun, you can use Ouija boards to annoy demons and ghosts so they curse you. Izumi, shut up, I'm sure you also study something about deities, right? Issei, of course, like angels, right? Lucifer, who became a demon and curses humans whose name begins with I and who are in an occult club. Izumi, the Lord of Hell is very specific, don't you think? Issei, ha ha ha, just kidding, so I won't wait for you after class, right? Izumi, if everything goes well, no. Issei, perfect. Summary mode, on. When he got to school, everything was stranger, they didn't hate him anymore, like Dan said the bad memories about him had been eliminated, but he was also no longer friends with Motoyama and the other I don't remember the name XD. In class he was calmer, but the perverted girls' comments were still there, and once his school day was over and he wasn't in any club, he decided to go to the forest to try out the gloves he had bought. Summary mode, off. Already in the forest, the chestnut tree prepared to test the skill. Issei, how do you do this? He closed his eyes and thought about the skill. Skill weapon creator has been activated. Black gloves materialized on Issei's hands. Issei, according to the description, I can make anything stronger, he said, taking a branch from the floor. Issei, let's see how it works with that said. The chestnut walked towards a small tree and proceeded to hit it horizontally with the branch, and to his surprise, he was able to cut the tree. Issei, wow, it's not that big of a cut, but this branch is like a knife now. Then he grabbed a small rock and threw it towards a much larger one, and when it hit it left a small hole. Issei, this is really cool, and if I can do this with things as weak as a branch or a pebble, what I could do with a sword or a spear would be even cooler, he said excitedly as he started looking for more things to try. And so he spent his afternoon, using the gloves to continue cutting things. He even grabbed a blade and tested if it could damage him. The result was a cut on his hand. What an idiot. 2217 Issei's room. Issei, it was fun, it seems to be a limitless skill, I like it. 1010 he said lying on the bed. The skill, Weapon Creator, has been leveled up to LV 2. Alarm. You have leveled up. Player. Name, Issei Hayato. Level 2. Age 16 years. Race, human. Titles, first player. Energy, none. HP, 1012. Strength, 14. Defense, 9. Agility, 11. Resistance, 7. Perception, 4. Fatigue, 0. Issei, just by leveling up a skill I reached level 2? Great, there are several hidden things. I don't have any energy. Have other things been unlocked? Status. Chat. Shop. Inventory. Issei, look at the store. I have 10,000 gold, right? Store. Rusty sword, 10,000. Rusty spear, 10,000. Rusty dagger, 10,000. Issei, what trash, expensive trash, show me something worth it. Store. One Punch Man training, 10,000. Description, a daily workout that helps improve your physique faster than usual. If you don't complete the exercises within 24 hours, you'll receive a special punishment. Issei, this is useful. I don't know what kind of skills I'll get in the future, and being physically strong will be necessary. Bye. Yes, no. And you obtained One Punch Man training. Issei, okay, what do I have to do? One Punch Man training target. Push-ups 0-100, incomplete. Sit-ups 0-100, incomplete. Squats 0-100, incomplete. Running 0-10 kilometers, incomplete. 23 hours 59 minutes and 56 seconds. Alert. If you do not complete the training, a punishment will be given. Issei, I'll do it tomorrow after school. Chapter 2 Training. Issei, wasn't it really a dream? He asked himself, surprised. You obtained Weapon Creator LV-1. The skill, Weapon Creator, has been leveled up to LV-2. Alarm. You have leveled up. One Punch Man training target. Push-ups 0-100, incomplete. Sit-ups 0-100, incomplete. Squats 0-100, incomplete. Running 0-10 kilometers, incomplete. Alert. If you do not complete the training, a punishment will be given. Issei, I'll do it tomorrow after school. At the moment, a new day began and Issei just looked at his state. Player. Name, Issei Hayato. Level 2. Age 16 years. Race, human. Titles, first player. Energy, none. HP, 1012. Strength, 14. Defense, 9. Agility, 11. Resistance, 7. Perception, 4. Fatigue, 0. Issei, how much will my stats increase with exercise? One Punch Man training target. Push-ups 0-100, incomplete. Sit-ups 0-100, incomplete. Squats 0-100, incomplete. Running 0-10 kilometers, incomplete. 14 hours 23 minutes and 43 seconds. Alert. If you do not complete the training, a punishment will be given. Issei, how lazy. But only masochists want to be punished, he said, getting out of bed and throwing himself on the floor. Okay, let's do it quickly. He did a push-up and the bones in his arm cracked, and he threw himself hard on the floor, and as I was saying, I'll do it later, there's plenty of time anyway. 14 hours 20 minutes and 32 seconds. Issei left his room and headed to the bathroom to do his bathroom. Which I hope all of you do. And he could already notice a pleasant aroma, surely from breakfast. After finishing preparing himself, he went down to the kitchen, and a few minutes later his sister also went down, sitting in front of him. Issei began to feel something strange. He didn't know how to explain it. It was a certain discomfort. But he attributed it to the knock that occurred in his room. After breakfast and chatting a bit with their family, the siblings headed to school. Issei, hey, I forgot to ask you, what happened with the club thing? Izumi, WL, they convinced me to stay, and I discovered some very interesting things. Issei, of course, there will be very interesting things in the occult. Izumi, more than you think. As they were talking, a blonde boy and a small albino girl approached. Good morning, Izumi-chan, said the blonde. Izumi, oh, good morning, Kiba-san. Good morning, Kaneko-chan. This is my brother Issei. Issei, they are other members of the occult club. Issei's discomfort increased when those people arrived. Issei, good, he said, hiding what he felt like the best. I'll let the companions chat and I'll go alone. Since Izumi is the new one, I'm sure they have a lot to tell her about hidden things. Izumi, you don't have to. Issei, no problem, he said, walking away quickly. What happened? That feeling was overwhelming. As the day went by at school, Issei went through what he described as discomfort when passing by certain people. During lunchtime. Issei, let's see, I have a theory. According to what Dan told me, Izumi has a special power. What was it called? Boosted gear? Well, maybe the system allows me to sense energy, and that's the discomfort I feel, and if I'm correct, it means there are quite a few people with special powers here, those occult kids from the morning, and those from the student council. On the other hand, how much time do I have left? One Punch Man training target. Push-ups 100, incomplete. Sit-ups 0 100, incomplete. Squats 0 100, incomplete. Running 0 10 kilometers, incomplete. 10 hours 57 minutes and 32 seconds. Alert. If you do not complete the training, a punishment will be given. Issei, quite a while. After school, he went home to change into clothes more suitable for training and ran to a forest near the school. Issei, no one will be able to see me here, right? Then let's start. There were 100 of everything, right? Push-ups, 1 100, incomplete. Sit-ups 0 100, incomplete. Squats 0 100, incomplete. Running 1 10 kilometers, incomplete. 1 hour and a half later. Issei, this is harder than I thought, he said, lying on the grass. Push-ups 53 100, incomplete. Sit-ups 49 100, incomplete. Squats 47 100, incomplete. Running 1 10 kilometers, incomplete. 7 hours 27 minutes and 43 seconds. Issei, and I didn't bring water. A few minutes after catching his breath, Issei took the opportunity to complete the remaining kilometers of the race and went to buy water. Issei, much better now, let's finish this shit. An hour and a half later. Push-ups 100 100 completed. Sit-ups 100 100 completed. Squats 100 100 completed. Running 2 10 kilometers, incomplete. Issei, finally, all I need to do is run. How am I doing? Name, Issei Hayato. Level 2. HP, 1012. Strength, 16. Defense, 11. Agility, 13. Resistance, 10. Perception, 6. Fatigue, 86. Issei, okay, something came up, he said, standing up, drinking water and stretching his legs. Oh, they hurt, and they're shaking. I'd better rest for a few more minutes. Issei, that's it, there's still plenty of time, but it's better to finish quickly. 6 hours 42 minutes and 23 seconds. Issei, yep, quite a while, he said, now stretching to run. Later time. Issei was arriving home with the mission completed. Issei, now I just want to take a shower and lie down on the bed. Dad, hey Issei, where have you been? Asked his father seriously. Hey, I just realized I don't know your parents' names. Tell me and I'll update you later. For now, I'll leave it as Mom and Dad. Issei, well, a friend told me. Hey, let's exercise. And I said, go ahead, and he replied. Okay, let's go. And I said, what? Now? And he said, sure, if we leave it for later we'll never do it. And I replied, okay, but let me go home to change. And he said, okay, go ahead. And now here I am, very tired. Dad, I like those healthy activities, but next time let me know you'll be late. Issei, sorry, I think I left my phone on the bed. One more thing, is Izumi back yet? Dad, no, but she did warn that she would be at her club. Issei, well, now I'm going to take a shower. Issei, a hot shower always helps, he said, throwing himself onto the bed. I hadn't received anything when I finished the mission. Alarm. You have completed the mission, One Punch Man training. Push-ups, 100 100. Sit-ups, 100 100. Squats, 100 100. Running, 10 10 kilometers. Your rewards have arrived. Reward 1. Status recovery. Reward 2. Status points plus 3. Reward 3. Rank F dungeon key. Do you accept? Accept, reject. Issei, accept. A greenish light covered Issei, reducing his fatigue to 0. Wow, I don't feel tired anymore and nothing hurts. It's a great recovery magic. You have unlocked status points. Description: you can increase your stats as long as you have the status points. You have obtained F rank dungeon key. Issei, perfect, now I can increase my stats and I can start exploring dungeons. Name, Issei Hayato. Level 2. HP 1012. Strength 19. Defense 11. Agility 13. Resistance 9. Perception 6. Fatigue 0. Status points 3. Issei, then I give these 3 points to the force, and it remains at 19. I fly. The next morning. Issei, I'm leaving early, oh, and I'm sure I'll be late today too, so don't worry. Well, bye, he said, leaving in a hurry. 3 hours later. Issei, with the training now complete, I can use this beauty. F rank dungeon key. Description: a key that opens a door to a rank F dungeon, can be used anywhere. Issei reached out with the key, turned it, and a blue door appeared in front of him. He entered a dark cave. Issei, God, this is darker than the French team, he said, taking out his phone. Luckily I brought this, he said, turning on the flashlight. With the light, Issei realized something. There were several cats in the cave, and he could also feel them. There were about 9 in that area. Issei, ninja kittens, surely the ninja kittens will show me the way, right? He approached without fear, but the cats snorted, taking out the sword they had on their backs, attacking Issei. No bad cats. The cats went with the intention of slicing Issei, but they weren't that strong and their swords weren't very sharp. They barely scratched the boy. Issei grabbed a stone from the ground and used Weapon Creator to smash a cat's head and then take a sword. You have killed young Nikaran X1. Issei, since you started, this isn't so bad, he said, looking at the felines with a smile. You have activated the skill, Weapon Creator. Issei began to cut the cats as he could. Since he was not that skilled, he could not prevent them from continuing to hurt him, but unlike the felines, he could finish them off in one hit, and after a few minutes, he was able to finish off all the Nikaran. You have killed young Nikaran X8. Alarm. You have leveled up. Issei, let's continue. After taking their weapons, he went to their corpses to take the swords. He got 6 since he broke 2 and the one he used was worn out. Then he continued on his way. Arriving at the end of the cave, he came across a corridor with stairs from which a strong aura emanated that intimidated Issei a little. Issei, do I really have to go down? Notice. To exit the dungeon, the boss must be defeated. Issei, of course, it's always like that. There's no reason to be afraid, he said, taking a sword in his hand, which was actually great, the size of a dagger, since cats were the size of a normal one. You have activated the skill, Weapon Creator. As he went down the stairs, the boss's presence intensified, but Issei had already gotten a little used to the feeling. Issei, what could it be? The trainer, another cat, another animal, no, wait. Of course, he closed his eyes and concentrated. He's big, bigger than me, or at least his aura. What's for sure is that he's strong. When he arrived with the boss, he was surprised. It was a giant fat cat, with a katana on his left side and a bag on his right side. Nyakan Elder Nikadaran, Chief Rank F. Issei, well, very well, I just have to kill this cat, he said confidently. The boss took 3 shurikens out of his bag and threw them towards Issei, who dodged them with difficulty. The Nikadaran drew its katana and leaped towards Issei, attacking him with a downward slash that the protagonist was able to stop with the 2 daggers, which broke. And I call them daggers because of their size. Issei, inventory, I shouted, to be able to take out other daggers. You have activated the skill, Weapon Creator. Issei quickly approached from below to attack his legs, but he could barely scratch them as he jumped away and threw a kunai that Issei deflected with a dagger. The boy ran towards the boss and was able to land a significant cut on the boss's thigh, and he threw the katana to try to pierce him. The boss deflected it again with a dagger, but it cracked, and he summoned another dagger. With one jump, the protagonist was able to reach the boss's head and tried to cut it off, but the bastard was not slow. He was able to cut the daggers with a kunai, and with one blow he sent him crashing into the wall. He threw kunais and shurikens at Issei's arms and legs, making him scream in pain and fall to the floor. Issei, Agra, spitting blood. Name, Issei Hayato. HP 10. Chapter 3, Majorando. Izumi, oh, good morning Kiba-san. Good morning Kaneko-chan. This is my brother Issei. Issei, they are other members of the occult club. Issei's discomfort increased when those people arrived. Issei, good. Issei, I have a theory. The system allows me to feel energy. Dad, hey Issei, where have you been? Asked his father seriously. Dad, next time, let me know you'll be late. Issei, sorry. Issei, it's time to explore. I reach out with the key, turn it, and a blue door appeared in front of him. He entered a dark cave. Nyakan Nikadoran, Chief Elder Rank F. Issei, well, very well, I just have to kill this cat. Issei, Edgar spitting blood. At the moment. Name, Issei Hayato. HP 10. Strength, 25. Defense, 14. Agility, 16. Resistance, 12. Perception, 9. Fatigue, 145. Issei, what? I predicted this, he said with difficulty while the boss prepared to give the final blow. Accept state recovery. The green light that covered Issei and blinded Nyakan. Issei stood up with his best smile, stretched his arms, cracked his neck and quickly approached the boss to punch him. He dodged it and launched a thrust with his katana that Issei deflected to the ground with the last dagger he had. With the help of his arm he approached the head sprinting and knocked down the cat with a punch. Quickly he nailed the gaga into the boss's skull. He went for the katana and nailed it into the cat's chest, wiping the blood that splashed on him. Issei Alfin. Congratulations. You have leveled up. You have leveled up. You have unlocked the skill Sprint LV. 1. You have obtained Basic Ninja Equipment Bag from the boss Nyakan. You have earned the title Cat Hunter. You have earned the title Ninja Weapons Apprentice. Issei, that was complicated, he said while the dungeon disappeared and he realized that he is inside a church that looks abandoned. How did I get here? He commented gracefully, getting up and leaving the place. Oh, now I know where I am. It's not that far from where I was, he said, walking away, being watched by a winged figure. Issei was heading to the place where he always trained, since it was quite early. When he arrived, he leaned against a tree checking his condition. Player. Name, Issei Hayato. Level 5. Age, 16 years. Race, human. Titles, First Player Cat Hunter Ninja Weapons Apprentice. Energy, none. HP, 3402. Strength, 27. Defense, 16. Agility, 18. Resistance, 14. Perception, 11. Fatigue, 17. Issei, great, I'm renting that adventure. Let's see what else I got, he said, summoning the leather bag. Basic Ninja Equipment Bag. Description: leather bag that allows you to use 5 shurikens and 3 kunais per day. You can stake all the weapons you don't use or recover. Issei, this is incredible. They are real shurikens, he said, taking one of those and throwing it, making it graze a tree. Of course. I lack aim, he said, failing to pick up the weapon. Why did I have to throw it so hard, he said, playing with a kunai while he continued searching. This is what you're looking for, said timidly a pink-haired girl who had the gun in her hand. Issei, who are you? He said, putting away the bag. I was just passing by, I found this, and then I heard you, she said nervously. Issei, I understand, thank you. Miku, Nakano Miku. Issei, well, thank you Nakano-sen, he said, taking the shuriken. After a few seconds of awkward silence. Miku, M.M, why are you like this? Issei, how? He said, looking down, noticing that his clothes were torn. No, well, I had a little fight, but I'm fine. Again the awkward silence. Issei, have I seen you before? You look familiar, he said, trying to talk a little more. Miku, I am a student at Ko Academy. Issei, me too. Miku, yes, I noticed it because of the clothes, she said, looking anywhere. Again awkward silence. Issei, well, I'll go home. I have to change. See you at school, I guess. Miku, yes, she said, watching Issei walk away. Later at night. Issei was practicing shuriken aim on a target he found in the attic. Issei, I know I said it just to chat. I'm really surprised I haven't heard from her. Maybe she's new or the boys already have enough with Gremory and Himejima. Ha ha ha. 1 week later. Issei was doing sit-ups as usual. But now he was being watched by Miku. Miku, why exercise here? I asked, leaning against a tree. Issei, at first it was because I was embarrassed of being seen, he said, finishing the quest of the day. Miku, and now? Issei, the reason hasn't changed. Alarm. You have completed the mission, One Punch Man training. Push-ups, 100-100. Sit-ups, 100-100. Squats, 100-100. Running, 10 kilometers. Your rewards have arrived. Reward 1. Status recovery. Reward 2. Status points plus 3. Reward 3. 10,000 gold. Player. Name, Issei Hayato. Level 6. HP, 3,987. Fuerza, 54. Defensa, 31. Agilidad, 33. Resistencia, 38. Perception, 26. Fatiga, 24. Miku, yes. Issei, please stop with the silence, it makes me anxious. Miku, sorry, I don't really know how to follow a conversation. Issei, just say anything, phimosis, or ask a question and the stupider the better, that always works between men. Miku, sorry. Issei, never mind, friend. Hey, do you want to go get something to drink? All that exercise has made me want water or something more than anything. At night at Issei's house. Issei finished brushing his teeth after the shower while looking at himself in the mirror. Issei, mommy wanted, who are you, beautiful? He said, making poses showing his muscles. I'm sure it's not natural to have these results so quickly, he said, seeing that he already had an enviable physique. After getting dressed, the brunette went down to the kitchen where his parents were preparing dinner. Mom, it's good that you came down, son. Can you call your sister and her friends so they can come down to eat? Issei, wine with a friend? Mom, yes, she said she was the president of her club. Issei was surprised by who his sister had brought. Issei, CL, of course, he said, going up the stairs and combing his hair a little. Rias Gremory is here while opening the door to Izumi's room. Girls, my mother says to go down to dinner. He was stunned by the image in front of him. The famous Rias Gremory was sitting on the bed with nothing covering her chest and torso, while her sister was sitting on the floor in her pajamas. Izumi, idiot, don't come in without knocking first, she said, throwing a pillow at him. Issei, sorry, he shouted, slamming the door and running to his room. Mom, and now what's happening with those kids? The father just shrugged. Issei, I can't believe my first interaction with her was like this, he said, covering his face in shame. Rias, that took me by surprise, she said with a nervous smile. Drake, that boy is very inopportune, partner. Izumi, yes, I know, but like I was saying, you shouldn't just strip like that, President. Rias, I did it just to heal you faster. Izumi, and I appreciate it, but you should get dressed. I think Issei said to go down to dinner. Rias, it's okay. Issei, I don't think I can get that scene out of my mind for a while. Izumi, and Issei, Mom? I asked while eating curry. Mom, I'm not going down anymore, so I guess he's tired. Issei, the worst thing is that they are just as I imagined them, and now maybe he thinks I'm stupid. The next morning, on the way to school. Izumi, I can't believe you embarrassed me like that in front of the president. Issei, believe me, I'm the most embarrassed. I thought I could make a good first impression, but I saw her as she came into the world, he said, covering his face with his hands. Izumi, but why don't you play? It's not that difficult. Issei, it was never necessary, and I had no reason to think there would be anyone naked. The brothers continued talking, when Izumi stopped as she saw a little nun asking for help. Izumi, wait, look over there, he said, pointing at the nun. Issei, what? Izumi, needs help but no one pays attention to her. Issei, well, why can't he understand her? Izumi, what do you mean? Issei, aren't you listening? He's speaking something like French or Italian, I think. Izumi, what? Drake, when you became a demon you gained the ability to understand any human language, said the dragon in the girl's mind. Issei, what's up? I told you that. Izumi, never mind, come on, he needs help. I don't remember if Asia was from France or Italy, or if they even said where she is from, but here she will be from Italy, because first, I like Italy and second, France. Izumi, excuse me, do you need help? Do you understand me? Izumi, sure, tell me what you need. Asia, my name is Asia Argento and I am trying to reach this place. Izumi, sure, we can help you. I'm Izumi and this is my brother Issei Hayato. Issei, hello? He said reflexively upon hearing his name. Izumi, do you know about the church near the forest? Well, you need to go there. Issei, wait, since when do you speak a European language almost natively? Izumi, what are you saying? Drake, you must have automatically changed languages when talking to the nun, and you brother, how surprised. Izumi, what a problem. Well, I told you that in the occult club they didn't just talk about demons. Issei, of course, because in that club they love foreign languages. Izumi, will you accompany me or not? Issei, do you think I would miss the first hour of school just to take a nun to church? Because yes, I would. Izumi, then let's go. Come on, Asia, let's follow Issei. Upon arriving at the church, a chill ran through Izumi's body. Asia thanked them for their help and the brothers retired to the school. Issei, the girl's aura is different from any I've felt before. I also feel a special power coming from her. Rias explained to Izumi that she should not go near churches, as she might be attacked by angels, and told her not to do it again. As for Issei, after finishing school he went to do his exercises being accompanied by Miku. Issei, sorry Nakano, I have to go earlier today, my parents asked me for help with something. Miku, oh okay, see you tomorrow then. Issei, and we'll see what we do, see you friend, she said as she ran away. I could notice her disappointment, but I recently discovered something in the store. Store. Dungeon key rank D, 50,000. Buy. Yes. You have obtained rank D dungeon key. Description: a key that opens a door to a D rank dungeon, can be used anywhere. By using the key, Issei was transported to a snow forest. Issei, what will it be now? A yeti? He said as he entered the forest. A wolf appeared in front of him with a look worthy of a predator. Issei, first cats and now dogs. Next will be fish? The wolf let out a howl that attracted more wolves that also howled and attracted even more. Okay, this is a little scary, he said, taking out the leather bag and hanging it on his hip, taking out 2 kunais. You have activated the skill, Weapon Creator. 3 wolves jumped on Issei. He quickly killed the first one by stabbing him in the head. He stabbed the second one in the chest with the kunai, and he slit the third one's neck. You have leveled up. Issei, well, who's next? He said with a smile. Issei lying on the floor, while on the floor were several wolf corpses. You have killed X-57 Silver Wolf. Alarm. You have leveled up. You have leveled up. You have leveled up. You have leveled up. Issei, accept, status recovery. A greenish light covered Issei. I wasn't planning on saving it for now, but I couldn't use it in front of Nakano-san, haha, to look for the boss. Thanks to his perception stats, the chestnut managed to locate the boss faster. When he had him in his sights, he quickly went towards him. Issei encountered a monstrous wolf feeding on other wolves. Issei, what is that shit? He could barely react when the boss approached him with fearsome speed. This one is dangerous. Silver Wolf Chief, Raiken. Issei was already prepared with kunais and shurikens. Again, Raiken approached Issei in a matter of a blink, ready to pierce him with his claws. But the human was able to stop, or with the kunais, Raiken jumped away. Issei, my turn. You have activated the sprint skill. Issei approached the wolf, stabbing it with all the kunais he could until the animal hit him against the ground with its paw. The protagonist quickly moved away from Raiken. The wolf prepared to launch itself at Issei again, but Issei received it with a punch that pushed it away. The wolf launched itself again, but Issei hit it again. Issei, it hurts, right? After killing all those wolves I got Wolf Hunter, which increases damage against beasts by 20%, although, you don't understand me, or do you? Raiken, Regjigagaga, the monster seemed to make fun of the Prota, a rude one. You have activated the sprint skill. Issei quickly appeared next to Raiken to give him a good punch. The wolf tried to protect himself with a paw, but the blow broke it. He threw another punch and used the other to protect himself and got the same result. Issei climbed onto the boss's chest. Issei, you were a great opponent, he said, and then destroyed his heart with a punch. You have defeated the Silver Wolf boss. Alarm. You have leveled up. You have leveled up. You have leveled up. Issei, God, I went up a lot of levels status, he said, lying on the ground. Player. Name, Issei Hayato. Level 14. Age 16 years. Race, human. Titles, First Player Cat Hunter, Ninja Weapons Apprentice, Wolf Hunter. Energy, none. HP, 10,578. Strength, 64. Defense, 41. Agility, 46. Resistance, 48. Perception, 36. Fatigue, 45. Issei, it seems I became a little strong. The snowy space disappeared, revealing that it was night, and Issei appeared lying on a sidewalk. Chapter 4, Trouble with the Fallen. Issei, accept status recovery, the green light that covered Issei and blinded Nyakin. Issei, who are you? He said, putting away the bag. Mikyu, Nakano Mikyu. Issei, Rias Gremory is here. As he opened the door to Izumi's room. Girls, my mother says to go down to dinner. He was stunned by the image in front of him. The famous Rias Gremory was sitting on the bed with nothing covering her chest and torso. Sorry, Summer shouted at the door. Issei, the worst thing is that they are just as I imagined them, and now maybe he thinks I'm stupid. Izumi, wait, look over there, he said, pointing at the nun. Issei, what? Izumi, needs help but no one pays attention to her. Izumi, my scusi, ha bisogno di aiuto? Asia, my chiamo Asia argento e este cercando di raggiungere questo posto. Issei, wait, since when do you speak a European language almost natively? You have obtained rank D dungeon key. You have defeated the Silver Wolf Raiken boss. At the moment, Issei was lying on his bed. You have obtained the dagger, Raiken's claw. Description, D rank weapon, plus 20 attack. Fury, effect when fighting with beast animals. You have obtained Silver Wolf hair thread. Issei, considering the levels I increased, they seem like good rewards to me. Plus I got claws from the other silver wolves, he said, getting up, leaving his room and going to the kitchen. Mom, do you want to eat, son? Issei, sure, what's up? I'm hungry, he said, drinking water. Mom, since there was leftover curry from yesterday, I just made more rice, she said, serving it on a plate. Issei, that's good, I didn't eat it yesterday, he said, taking the plate his mother gave him. You can go rest, Mom. I'll take care of cleaning and wait for Izumi to arrive. Mom, thanks, I will. Issei, Raiken's dagger is very cool, he said, practicing his movements with the weapon, but what if? You have activated the skill, Weapon Creator. Issei, did it work? Raiken's claw. Rank D. Type dagger. Attack, plus 25. Effect, Fury, against beast-type monsters. Issei, well, he raised his attack by 5, I like it. After a while, Izumi arrived at the house. Issei, finally, dinner is in the refrigerator, I'm going to bed. Izumi, I'm not hungry, she said and left angrily. Issei, what's wrong with him? Izumi, I don't understand why she won't let me help her. Drake, maybe he doesn't want to involve the demons with the angels. Izumi, so those fallen angels can do whatever they want, and we can't stop them. Drake, of course not, he never said that, he just said it wasn't the time. Izumi, never mind, I'll meet Asia tomorrow. Drake, you should trust your king a little more, partner. If you want to save her, you better train in your power with the boosted gear. The next morning, Izumi was heading to a park to meet the nun, while Issei followed her from a distance. Issei, of course what I'm doing isn't wrong. With beings like Reina looking to kill Izumi, I can't let her walk alone, right? Izumi did several fun things with Asia, and when they came across a boy with a scraped knee, the nun healed him with her power. Issei, her aura is different, she. Miku, what are you doing, Issei? She said, coming from behind, surprising the protagonist. Issei, God, don't do that, clear your throat, make your steps sound, I don't know. Miku, sorry. Issei, never mind. Miku, and what are you doing? Issei, I'm just watching over my sister, I have a bad feeling. Miku, I'm just warning you that it might seem creepy if you're spying on me. Issei, if you say it that way, he said, noticing that his sister and Asia were no longer there. Where did they go? Miku, I'm sorry, it was my fault, you got distracted, I'd better go now, she said sadly. Issei, no, it's my fault, you don't have to go. Miku, it doesn't matter, I just went out to buy some things. Issei, well, see you later, I guess. Miku, yes, she said, walking away with a smile. Issei, now, where did they go? Issei closed his eyes to concentrate with his perception so he could feel Izumi's aura. Issei, there, at the fountain, and they are not alone, I would recognize that aura anywhere, the last thing I felt before Rainier died. Rainier, come on Asia, we have to go. Izumi, she won't go with you, he said, standing in front of the girl. Rainier, maybe she'll come with me if you don't intervene, she said, throwing a spear of light through Izumi. Asia, no, she said, going to heal the girl, I'll go with you, but don't hurt her anymore, she said, crying. Rainier, if that's what you're asking for to come, I'll accept it. Izumi, no, Asia, she said in pain. Asia, don't worry, I'll be fine, she said, going next to the fallen angel, disappearing in a magic circle. Issei, they disappeared just like that. A transportation power like that would be useful, he commented, then saw how Izumi ran away from the scene. Then he went for a walk to think about what to do, going over the whole situation. Issei, System, can you give me a list of races that live in this world? System. The most relevant races are humans, angels, fallen angels, demons, dragons, and yokai. Issei, then it is very likely Izumi is no longer human. She had an aura similar to Rainier's, she also had an aura similar to Asia's, and at the same time Izumi's aura is the same as those of the Occult Research Club, so they are all demons. I honestly surprise myself at how smart I've become, but I'm worried about what Izumi can do. Rainier is strong, but she has a strong Longinus, and she is a demon now. Where will Izumi go now? I know. Occult Research Club. Izumi, she needs help. Who knows what the fallen angels can do to her, she said in front of the president and the others. Rias, do you want to go save her even though you know she's stronger than you? Izumi, I don't care. Rias, then Kiba and Kaneko will go with you. Izumi, President, she said happily. Izumi, Kaneko and Kiba headed towards the abandoned church where Rainier was hiding, while Rias and Akeno were talking and Issei was hiding listening. Rias, we should go help now. Akeno, very well, she said, creating a magic circle and transporting herself with Rias. Issei, I should start moving too. The battle was divided into 4 groups, Kaneko and Kiba facing off against freed cells and a stray exorcist, Izumi against Rainier, Rias and Akeno against 2 other fallen angels who supported Rainier, and also Issei who faced another. Calawarner and Middle need support, said a fallen angel. Issei, you will also need help. Fallen angel Donasik, he said, standing in front of the man. Donasik, who are you, human? Issei, me? Just a human brother of the Security, he answered, summoning his dagger. Donasik, I'll take care of you quickly, he said, creating a weapon of light. Issei, come on, why so cold? He said, quickly attacking the man, managing to scratch his face. Donasik, damned human, you can't beat me. Alarm. A strong killing intent has been detected towards the player. Please resolve the problem to prevent the player's death. Issei, that's new, you even alarmed the system. Donasik, what are you talking about? Issei, it doesn't matter. You have activated the sprint skill. Donasik launched himself, flying to attack Issei, but he could easily dodge him. But in a careless moment, he managed to cut his cheek and then rose into the air. Issei, Come on, go down and fight fair. The fallen angel responded by throwing a few spears of light that Issei was able to dodge. Issei, I hope you're grateful that I can't fly. Why else? While he was thinking about how to stop Danasik, Issei kept dodging spears. I know. Inventory, he said as he took out the thread he had gotten and tied it to a kunai to then throw it at the winged man. The latter dodged it without realizing that he had a thread tied to it. He just realized it when he saw it shining in the moonlight. But it was too late. Thanks to the weight of the kunai, the thread had wrapped around it. Danasik, what's up with this? It's very tough, he said, trying to free himself. You have activated the skill, Weapon Creator. Issei, let's just say I have some tricks, I comment, pulling the thread. Danasik, Aerg, he let out a moan, hitting the ground. Issei, too bad, you weren't up to it, he said, approaching and cutting off his head. You have defeated Danasik. You have leveled up. You have leveled up. Issei, it will become increasingly difficult to level up. He gave me fewer levels than Raiken despite having the same rank. Congratulations. You have reached LVL 15. You have unlocked mana. You have unlocked Energy Reserve ER. You have obtained the ability to perform magic. Issei, what finally? He shouted excitedly. Player. Name, Issei Hayato. Level, 16. Age, 16 years. Race, human. Titles, First Player, Cat Hunter, Ninja Weapons Apprentice, Wolf Hunter. Energy, Mana. HP, 11,346. Re 1000. Strength, 66. Defense, 46. Agility, 45. Resistance, 50. Perception, 38. Fatigue, 9. Issei, great, now I just need to learn spells, he said, wiping the blood off his face and then heading to the church. While Issei fought Danasik, Rias and Akeno defeated the fallen angels. Kalawarner and Middlet, Kaneko, and Kiba managed to push Freed back. But in Izumi's case, she couldn't prevent Rainier from achieving her goal, taking out Asia's sacred gear, which is deadly for anyone. This provoked Izumi's anger, who was able to activate the true boosted gear with which she managed to defeat Rainier, but she couldn't save the little nun. Issei, I see you managed to win, he said, looking through a hole in the ceiling to see Rainier lying on the ground. Izumi, no, I couldn't save her, he said, crying while looking at Asia's body. Rias, don't blame yourself for this, you did the best you could. My pawn, she said, hugging Izumi, but if you want her to be saved, I can make her my bishop. Izumi, please. President Rias took a bishop piece out of a box, beginning the reincarnation ritual. Issei, well, I think everything will be better now, he said, turning around and leaving. Chapter 5, Punishment. Izumi, I don't understand why she won't let me help her. Drake, you should trust your king a little more, partner. Izumi, she won't go with you, he said, standing in front of the girl. Rainier, maybe she'll come with me if you don't intervene, she said, throwing a spear of light through Izumi. Asia, no, she said, going to heal the girl, I'll go with you, but don't hurt her anymore, she said, crying. Rias, do you want to go save her even though you know she's stronger than you? Izumi, I don't care. Kalawarner and Middlet need support, said a fallen angel. Issei, you will also need help. Fallen angel Danasik, he said, standing in front of the man. Has defeated Danasik. At the moment. Issei, I hope they're not awake, he said, entering through the main door. There was no sign of his parents, so he quickly went to his room. Sigh, how lucky. The brown-haired boy threw himself onto the bed and, as he wasn't sleepy, he took out a kunai. Issei, and now how am I supposed to use magic? What do I have to do? He said while spinning the kunai with his finger. Alert. You have not completed the daily quest. You will be transported to the punishment camp. Issei, what? No, how stupid I am. A blue whirlpool appeared and dragged Issei inside. Issei woke up in a yellow room with several corridors. Issei, well, anyway, I had doubts about what would happen if I didn't complete the mission, he said, trying to save the kunai he had. What's happening? Notice. You must survive for 3 hours. 2 hours 59 minutes and 56 seconds. Conditions. You will not have access to your inventory. You will not have access to the shop. You will not be able to check your player profile. You will not be able to claim any pending rewards. You will not be able to use skills. Issei, it's like I don't have the system, he said, starting to move around the rooms. An hour and a half later. At first the protagonist was very alert, but after not meeting anyone and believing he was completely alone, he started talking about any stupid thing without reservation. Issei, can you imagine if I'm not alone? Nah, I don't think so, right? What if the enemy I have to defeat is another person from another universe? Of course, this place is a point that connects with other universes created by Dan. No, just imagine if some girl shows up and says, "Oh, you're so handsome, Issei. Do you want to be my daddy?" Ha, loneliness changes people. Tum. The brown-haired boy began to hear loud footsteps. He became alert. He couldn't feel anything. Issei, I don't feel your presence, your aura. I can't use perception. Or do you have the ability to hide like that? If so, why walk so heavily? They want me to know they're here. When he said that, a shiver ran through his body. 3 gray humanoids appeared from a corridor. Issei, son. Kill the Umikini, said the monster, walking calmly towards Issei. The brown-haired boy tried to stab the monster, but the kunai broke upon contact with his skin. The monster responded by hitting Issei's abdomen. He threw it, causing it to destroy 3 walls at once. Issei, cough, agar, cough. Issei was coughing blood. He had blood running down the side of his face and his clothes all ripped. All this with 1 hit. That thing is strong. I can't feel its aura, but I can assume it's rank A. He could barely get up. The monsters were approaching, walking slowly through the holes Issei made. I can't. If the others are as strong as the first one, I could die. Escaping is the best I can do. Issei was limping, but he was still faster than the monsters that walked slowly. Because of this, Issei named them walkers. Issei, I'm not bleeding anymore, but my stomach hurts a lot. When he passed through a room, he received a blow to the back. One of the walkers was there, that smiling, eyeless face scared Issei, but the monster didn't finish him off. Kubabasm Umikini, he said, and left. Issei, Agrarg, how long until this shit ends? 1 hour, 2 minutes and 12 seconds. Issei, come on, 1 more hour. I can. He got up again and continued moving between rooms. I can feel my mana, but those things don't emit energy. How do I locate them and hide? A few minutes later, Issei increased his speed. He could jog, although with a lot of pain. I know the vibrations, their steps, their breathing. I can't feel them directly, but I can perceive what they generate. He tried to feel the variations in the air currents, but he went completely crazy. It was impossible for him to do that at that moment, so he crouched down to feel the footsteps of the walkers. Issei, it can't be. Issei turned around. There's no escape. I'm surrounded. 2 walkers appeared in the room. Kill the player, said one. To annoy the king, said another. Both walkers approached Issei to attack him. Issei, you know what? I don't plan on dying without a fight. At least I'll leave a scar on your faces. But a 3rd walker had appeared. It arrived and hit the other monsters, throwing them away. It turned its head towards Issei, that creepy smile. Issei, what do you want? The monster threw a punch that the protagonist barely dodged. And I thought we could be friends, he said as he began to dodge the walker's blows. It hurts, but I'm not going to die here. The protagonist managed to connect a punch to the monster's face. Did you like that, little friend? The monster hit him back. I don't regret it, but you're not as strong as the others. I can. Ha. Issei went towards the walker who was laughing, hit him in the chest, but nothing, not a reaction, and the monster threw a punch that grazed Issei's face. Issei, he didn't touch me, but he cut my face without touching it, he said, touching his right cheek, which was bleeding. Of course, you're just as strong. Issei barely managed to dodge the walker's blows, but the blows he gave him didn't do much until he tried to kick the monster in the back of the head, but he reacted quickly and stopped him. At one point, Issei received a blow that made him hit a wall and sent him to sleep. 42 minutes and 34 seconds. When he regained consciousness, he noticed the monster standing across the room, not making a single movement. Issei, you just stood there watching me sleep? I guess I should be thankful that I didn't die during this time, he said, getting up and dusting himself off. The walker began to move now that Issei was conscious. Issei, cough, let's go again? Issei hit his arms, legs and torso trying to find some weak point. Your whole skin is like armor. It seems there's no chance he dodged a blow from the walker. During the battle, Issei improved his reflexes more and more. It was a matter of life or death to do so, but the monster also increased its speed, although always a little below that of the protagonist. Issei, you know, I've noticed something. You don't react when I hit your torso or limbs, even your face. You only reacted when I tried to hit the back of your head. It could be that that's your weak point. For the first time the monster's smile disappeared. It seems I was right. With that in mind, the protagonist attacked the monster relentlessly. But from time to time he received blows from the walker. Issei, even if I know his weakness, I can't use it if I don't distract him. How do I do it? He doesn't have eyes, so how does he detect me? By my aura. It's the safest. I can't suppress my aura like he can. In that case I must do the opposite. The brown-haired man began to walk around the monster, releasing his mana. The walker was disoriented. His enemy was scattered around him. When he saw a gap, the brown-haired boy pulled out the hilt of the broken kunai that he could save. He tried to stab the monster in the back of the neck, but he was able to stop it. Issei returned to the path he was taking. Issei, you're pretty good. You can detect me immediately after leaving the circle. Now I regret having unlocked the mana. But what if, he said, concentrating his mana in a sphere to throw it at the walker. He stopped it well. I know what to do, he said, starting to run. Issei threw mana spheres from all directions towards the monster, but there came a point where he couldn't stop them all. This was taken advantage of by the Pota to break the circle and tried to hit the back of the monster's head. He almost succeeded, but the walker stopped him by grabbing his head. Issei didn't give up. He threw the kunai, and with a kick he embedded it in the head, and the monster fell to the ground. Issei, take that monster from the upside down, he said, barely standing. Player help player. Issei, I don't understand. What does Umuyinki mean? God, I'm done with this shit, he said, throwing himself on the floor. Umuyinki is player, said the monster, alerting the protagonist. Issei, you didn't have enough, he said, getting up. My time will soon be up, and I just answered your question. Issei, so tell me, what are you? What happened to the others? What are those French people you were telling me? I can't answer your first questions, but the phrases, Kubabaza Umuyinki, pity the player, Quicka Umuyinki, kill the player. Issei, and what did you tell me? Ha ha ha, Fascia Umuyinki, help the player, he said, and then turned into dust. Issei, what does that mean? Did you just let him win? He wondered angrily. Hadn't he used all his power? Congratulations. You have completed the survival quest. You will be transported to the extraction zone. Issei, finally, he said, being swallowed by a portal. Issei, just one of those things made me break out in a cold sweat, and he didn't use all his power because he didn't want to kill me. Notice. You have completed the survival quest. Claim your rewards. You have defeated Guardian of the Punishment Zone X1. You have leveled up. You have leveled up. You have leveled up. Reward 1, Fire Magic Rune. Reward 2, Stealth Rune. Reward 3, Unknown Skill. You have unlocked the skill, Rhythmic Echo. Issei, well, and just for defeating a walker, imagine if I had killed all three, ha ha ha, ow ow ow. It still hurts, everything hurts, and I'm covered in blood, he said, heading to the bathroom. Issei, damn, I have wounds even on my arms. Luckily there are no visible wounds on my face, he said, disinfecting his wounds and covering them with bandages. It took half an hour to treat all of his wounds. Issei, I would like the status recovery. Tomorrow it will be. For now let's see those rewards, he said, already lying on his bed. Claim rewards. You have received Fire Magic Rune. Description: you gain an ability when you break the rune. You have received Stealth Rune. Description: you gain a skill when you break the rune. You have unlocked the skill. Unknown LV.max. Issei, well, things, he said, taking the fire rune and breaking it. You have received the knowledge to cast fire magic. Issei, great, he said, setting his hand on fire and creating a fireball to then absorb it, and then break the other rune. You have unlocked the stealth skill. Description: you can hide your presence and camouflage your body. In exchange, 1 mana will be consumed every 10 seconds. Issei, this is cool. The unknown ability has no description and is maximum level. Too bad I don't know what it does. But this other ability, Rhythmic Echo? Description. By walking in circles at a steady pace it creates afterimages of the user, and by dispersing the energy throughout the environment it creates the illusion of being everywhere. Issei, oh, it's like the improved version of what I used against the walker. Great yawn, tomorrow is a new day. He fell asleep due to the fatigue he carries. Player. Name, Issei Hayato. Level 19. Age 16 years. Race, human. Titles, First Player Cat Hunter Ninja Weapons Apprentice Wolf Hunter. Energy Mana. HP, 17,890. Re, 3,980. Strength, 69. Defense, 49. Agility, 48. Resistance, 53. Perception, 41. Fatigue, 135. Chapter 6, The Forest. Issei, it's like I don't have the system. Quika Omikinai, said the monster, walking calmly towards Issei. Kubabaza Omikinai, said another. The monster responded by hitting Issei's abdomen, launching him, causing him to destroy 3 walls at once. Issei, cough cough agar cough cough. But a third walker had appeared. It arrived and hit the other monsters, throwing them away. It turned its head towards Issei, that creepy smile. The chestnut tree began to walk around the monster, releasing its mana. The walker was disoriented, its enemies scattered around it. He tried to hit the monster's neck. He almost succeeded, but the walker stopped him by grabbing his head. Issei didn't give up. He threw the kunai, and with a kick he embedded it in the head, and the monster fell to the ground. Amikinii fascia Amikinii. Amikinii is a player, said the monster, alerting the protagonist. Kubabaza Amikinii, pity the player. Quika Amikinii, kill the player. Fascia Amikinii, help the player. Issei, didn't he use all his strength? Notice. You have completed the survival quest. Claim your rewards. At the moment. Izumi Issei, are you ready? She said from the other side of the door. Issei, don't worry, you go first, he said, lying on the bed. Izumi, okay, see you later, she said, leaving. Issei, God, everything hurts, he said, covering his face with a pillow. It even hurts to breathe. At this moment, recovering from his state would be a blessing. Wait, he thought, removing the pillow from his face. Shop. A blue screen appeared in front of him. Shop. Weapons, runes, potions, keys. Issei, I knew I'd seen that. Potions. Potions. Recovery water, 10,000. Simple mana potion, 50,000. Advanced mana potion, 150,000. Simple health potion, 50,000. Advanced health potion, 100,000. Superior health potion, 300,000. Issei, I guess what suits me best is the recovery water, he said, looking at the descriptions of the potions. By recovery water, a glass bottle appeared in his hand. You have purchased recovery water, X2. Name, recovery water. Type, potion. Description, heals a very small portion of health but removes 50% of perceived pain, also restores 5 mana and increases mana reserves by 1. Issei, it's very varied, but very weak. I take a potion, I like it. State recovery, who knows you? I asked with a smile. Issei, should I do it now? I bought this rune yesterday, but I was short on time and didn't break it at home, he said while walking while holding the fire magic rune Meh. You have activated the skill, stealth. Issei, good. The boy squeezed the rune until it broke. You have unlocked the spell, fire arrow. Issei, I should try it later. I'm late now. He looked at the time on his phone and started running while still using stealth. Issei, closed, he said, looking at the school entrance. It's not that late, right? He saw the time. What's 5 minutes? But oh well, he looked back and decided to jump the wall. Very easy. That wouldn't stop someone like him. Shit. Now it's geography, he said, running towards his classroom. Issei, I could hardly stand that class so early. It made me sleepy, he said, lying on his desk. He looked ahead and saw her. Asia recently joined my class. What's her name? I can feel it. she's not as skilled as the others, her aura isn't as hidden, it's dark, but there's something else I can't make out, but it's there, like a small dot in a river. I don't know what it is, but I know it's different. Math teacher: good morning guys, I hope you've prepared for the test I'll give you today. This test will be important for your final grade, so give it your best shot. Issei: and oh, I couldn't study because I was trapped in a strange room. Issei: 10 out of 20, not so bad, right? Well, it will be for next time. He sighed. What should I do? He said, taking out his phone. Nakano: hello? Where are you? Cafe. Go. Okay. Issei: hey, how's it going? He asked, sitting in front of the girl. Miku: well, today I had an English test, she said while eating a sandwich. Issei: oh, I had a math one. How did yours go? Miku: very good. You? Issei: well, you could say normal. Miku: how bad? Issei: 10 of 20. Miku: pfff ha ha ha. Issei: hey, it was just because I didn't study, it's just I was busy. Miku: oh yeah? Issei: yes, obviously. Miku: well, if you want I could help you study. Issei: you don't need to waste your time on this. But if I need help I won't hesitate to ask. Miku: it's okay. Classes had already ended, some students were already heading home, others were staying for club matters, while others had other matters. Issei: it's time. You have activated the skill, Stealth. Issei quickly headed to his sister's club room. On the way he found the student council, Issei, going to the same place as him. Issei: they do too, but he feels weak except for him, the new one from the sea. I've seen him before. What was his name? It doesn't matter, they can't see or feel me. That's good, this ability is very convenient. The sea arrived at the old building. Issei managed to get in with the sea. He wanted to get at least a little information. Sona: excuse me. Izumi: she is. Asia: who is it? Izumi: the president of the Issei Sauna Torai, and at her side the vice president Shinra Tsubaki. Rias: what are you doing here? Sona: I heard we both acquired new slaves and I thought it was a good idea to introduce them. Izumi: that means. Akeno: yes, everyone in the student council is a demon too. Issei: demons too? So everyone in this room is a demon, my sister, but how? At what point? Why would they turn a normal human into a demon? Wait, she's not normal. I can feel it, from her arm, a great power. It's different from her dark essence. In this room there are at least 4 like that. Am I missing the conversation? Rias: sports competition. Sona: good. Issei: don't pay attention, shit. The sea left the place. Issei, on the other hand, stayed to see if he could get information. It wasn't like he wanted to feast his eyes on the women of the group. Issei: so after all that, they said they'll compete to see who gets a familiar first. That will be tomorrow. Could I get one too? It would be really cool to go into battle riding a tiger or a lion. But oh well, drinks water, I'll see what I can do, he said, stopping running. Alarm. You have completed the mission, One Punch Man training. Push-ups, 100-100. Sit-ups, 100-100. Squats, 100-100. Running, 10 kilometers. Your rewards have arrived. Reward 1. Status recovery. Reward 2. Status points plus 3. Reward 3. 10,000 gold. Issei: status recovery up, much better, 3 agility points. Agility, 51. Issei: I'm very dirty, I need a bath, he said, wiping his sweat. Issei: I'm here, he said, taking off his shoes, I'm hungry. But first, a bathroom. Upon entering the living room, he noticed the blonde girl Asia Argento. Mom, this is my son Issei. Issei is a pretty young lady, she is Asia. She is an exchange student, and she will stay with us, she said with a smile. Issei: hi, I've already seen you, we're in the same class, he said, stretching out his hand. Asia: me too, it's a pleasure, she said, shaking his hand. Issei: Ma, I'm going to take a shower. Mom, it's okay. Issei: what should I do tomorrow? Just let them do whatever they have to do. Or go undercover? Whatever it is, it'll be for tomorrow. ZZZZZZZZZZ Crescent Moon. The day of the confrontation between demons arrived. It seemed like a simple tennis competition, but it quickly escalated to more, with magical powers included. But it all ended with the victory of the Gremory clan. Now the clan was heading to their living room. Issei, what a spectacle, he said, following the clan's stealthily strong magic and panties and breasts moving in a discontinuous and also not symmetrical way. It was like the right breast went up, the left one went down, and vice versa. Crazy. Rias, is everyone ready? I asked, creating a teleportation circle. Issei, of course. He tried not to leave the circle and not touch anyone in the club. He finally managed to transport without being detected. Issei, well, here we separate, he said to himself, leaving the group with a kind Ash Ketchum. I can't believe they didn't notice me. It was very convenient. Too much, I would say. Maybe system give me a list of my skills. Clear. Skills. Protagonist's luck. Weapon creator. Sprint. Rhythmic echo. Stealth. Issei, now I understand. Good luck. I'm glad to have it. I should concentrate. I came here because I wanted a familiar, so the get a familiar mission begins, he said, raising his fist in the air. Notice. Mission, acquire a bond. Rewards. 1. Surprise. 2. Secret box. 3. 30,000 gold. Issei, wait, I was joking. Well, at least I'll have rewards for something I would do for free. Issei, shit, there's nothing strong in this forest, just small firebirds, or acid slimes, and for about 10 minutes I've had the feeling I'm being watched by something. Who is in the blink of an eye several beasts appeared surrounding Issei. Issei, what was that? They just appeared, without noise, without presence, almost like why do I think about it so much? Right now I feel it, a fierce hostility towards me. What I have to do is finish them off. I summoned his dagger. You have activated, weapon creator. He quickly lunged at one of the beasts, slitting its neck, then disappeared from the beast's sight. Issei, attention appeared falling from the sky. He stabbed a wolf in the head with his dagger. Come on, is that all you got, puppies? Maybe I'm just too much for you, right? Gchrr, the wolf launched itself to attack Issei. Issei, did you understand me and get angry? He asked with a mocking tone, throwing 2 kunai at his eyes. You see it? Attacking without a plan is stupid. He then decapitated the wolf. But what am I doing? Not testing my new power would be a sin, right? You have activated fire magic. Lines of fire began to surround Issei. Issei, fire arrow, made a pose as if he was drawing a bow. He cast the spell, seriously wounding the animal. Issei, sorry, I'm not very good at magic yet. I need to put more power into this attack to kill them. Luckily there are still test subjects. You have leveled up. You have obtained Shadow Wolf Fur. X6. Issei, this magic thing is fun. I'd like to learn all kinds of magic. Later I should check the store for other useful spells. Issei, damn, I've been in this forest for like 30 minutes and I haven't found any interesting beasts. And the ones I did find attacked me, and instead of incapacitating them I ended up killing them. Shit. How am I going to get back home? I want that teleportation magic. I don't have to walk more than 5 steps, sweetie. A few minutes after continuing to walk through that magical forest, the chestnut tree heard some grunts and moans near a fallen tree. Issei, calm down, try not to kill this time. As he approached the source of the noise, the protagonist found a puppy in front of the body of another dog that was inside the trunk, probably one of his father's. But he already seemed to be dead. He had some insects flying on top of him. Shit. Hey little one, sorry, there's nothing you can do, he's already dead. Sorry, he said as he approached slowly. The puppy turned to look at Issei. And he started growling at him. Issei, wait, I'm not going to hurt you. The puppy kept growling. I know, you're probably hungry. Give me 5 minutes and I'll bring you something. You have activated the sprint skill. Issei returned to the place where he killed the shadow wolves, cut some meat from the corpses and returned to where the puppy was. Issei, well, I brought this for you. I hope you eat it. He gave him the wolf meat. The puppy approached slowly, sniffing the meat. Finally he began to eat it. Issei took out a bottle of water, took a sip, and with a kunai he cut the bottle, being careful not to spill the remaining water, and gave it to the puppy. Come on. Drink first. He sniffed the water, and then drank it. I'm glad you accepted it. I don't think your mom wanted you to die, he said, bringing his hand closer to the puppy. Then the baby licked his hand. Issei got up to continue on his way, leaving the puppy behind. A few minutes later the puppy caught up with the brown-haired boy. Issei, you followed me. Hey, don't you want to be my familiar? System, how can I make this puppy my familiar? To form a bond with a beast there are several methods. 1. Defeat the beast in a designated contract formation area, slavery contract. 2. Have the beast deposit a beast mark on the master's body, service contract. 3. Have both parties form a pact, equality contract. These are the most popular forms. Issei, I don't want to hit you, so how about we go for the second one? Come on, give me a mark. The puppy shook his head to the side. It seems like it. Well, the third time's the charm. But how do I do that? Flow your magic towards the beast. If it accepts, the Zect contract will be formed. Issei, okay. He stretched his arm and released his mana. Accept. Notice. Your level is insufficient to form a contract with the mana beast. Issei, insufficient level? So what level do I need? Loading. It was estimated that at approximately level 35 he would be able to do so. Issei, 15 more levels. I would have to complete missions and dungeons like crazy for a few days. Too bad. The rewards looked interesting. Wait, is there a time limit for the mission? No. Mission, acquire a bond. Rewards. 1. Surprise. 2. Random box. 3. 30,000 gold. No counter found. Issei, great, then I can complete it later. Would you like to come with me, friend? He brought his hand closer to the puppy and it licked it. I'll take that as a clear. Haha. Issei, don't stray too far, okay? I can't feel any presence. But you can never be too careful in a magical forest now. How do we get out of here? I want to rest, but I have to complete the training mission. Attention. The moment has arrived. The god of love requests your presence. Issei, the god of love? And why does he want to meet with me? A white door appeared in front of Issei which drew him inside. I'm sorry, it wasn't planned that you had to come here, said an old man. Issei, but why? Because a god would want to meet me. You don't have to be so formal with me. I'm the one who called you, and I know things about you. You're special, with your powers, although that's not the reason for our meeting. Issei, so what is it? No one can come to this place without my permission, but a few years ago someone appeared, a strange young man with blue hair. He came here with a request. He said he would give me whatever I asked for in exchange for doing him a favor. Issei, what favor? That's what I'm getting at. He said he needed to change a person's destiny. Issei, can you change people's destiny? Only when it comes to love, love at first sight, platonic love, infidelity, soulmates, crushes. I control all of that, and that was the favor he asked of me. Issei, I don't understand. You see, people can have several loves at first sight, platonic loves or crushes, but only one soulmate, and that's a rule I always thought I would keep, but he made me change my mind. Issei, so the reward he offered you was? No, it wasn't something he offered me, it was his presence. His power was terrifying, and he was quite calm. Issei, so his power is so great. Yes, I told him it was possible as long as the person hadn't been born yet. He told me it was perfect, that I just needed to change one thing. I asked him what? He replied that he wanted to change the number of soulmates. Issei, and what did you answer? I hesitated, but terror got the better of me and I said yes. Then I asked him how many soulmates he wanted me to put. He gave me the number and I did it. I changed that person's number. Issei, and who was it? How many did you put? Isn't it obvious? Even though the number is a surprise, you should already know who that person is. Issei, shit, it's me, right? Yes, the player blessed with the system destined to possess several soulmates, and I assure you that if you accept them all, your life will be much better. Issei, wait, so I'm going to have a lot of girlfriends? Either wives or lovers, it depends on how you handle it. Issei, and how do I know who they are? I combined love at first sight with soulmates, but with stronger effects. When two people destined to be together look into each other's eyes, there is an electric shock that runs through their entire nervous system, and they automatically feel a need to be together. Issei, being together, does that mean what I'm thinking? No, I could, but no, I only mean a romantic feeling, not a sexual one, although it's not just a shock, it could be anything, you'd realize. Issei, I see, you really can't tell me how many girlfriends I'll have? Your level is insufficient for who is that little one? Issei, he is a puppy that I found in my time in the forest of relatives. I'm surprised he's so calm around you without having a bond, you must be quite lucky. Issei, yes, you could say so. Look how big it's become, it's time for you to go. Issei, but wait, you haven't told me why you called me. Oh, that's it, it seems there was a small error in my program. It's the first time someone has more than one soulmate. I called you here to fix that error. It was solved while we were chatting. Now go and have fun, enjoy your youth with you now. Issei, but how do I get out of here? Wait, a white door appeared in front of Issei. Goodbye. Issei, see you, he said, walking past the puppy. Issei, shit, I need to do the training mission, he said, appearing in his room. Chapter 7, Charla and Maz. Previously. Issei, by recovery water. Issei, should I do it now? You have unlocked the spell Fire Arrow. Issei, what a spectacle, he said, following the clan's stealthily strong magic and panties and breasts, moving in a discontinuous and also not symmetrical way. It was like, the right breast went up, the left one went down and vice versa, crazy. In the blink of an eye several beasts appeared surrounding Issei. Issei, why do I think about it so much? What I have to do is finish them. Issei, Fire Arrow. Issei, would you like to come with me, friend? The dog licked his hand. The god of love requests a meeting with you. Issei, are you saying I'll have a harem? It depends on how you handle it. Issei, and how will I know who they are? Believe me, you'll know. It's time to go. At the moment, Issei was where he regularly trained after completing his daily mission. Issei, show me the store. Shop. Runes, potions, keys, spells. Issei, spells. Spells. And 35,000. Enchel, 75,000. Yai Chael, 200,000. Leeks, 80,000. Jiro, 50,000. Geograze, 250,000. Issei, I could only buy one. Gold, 40,000. Issei, show me the description of Ent. Ent, heals small wounds. Issei, I can only use status recovery once, and the recovery water doesn't heal me much. Show me the descriptions of the other spells. Enchel, heals more serious wounds. Yai Chael, reverses and heals all damage caused to those affected and even heals wounds caused by holy power. Leaks, long-distance communication and mind-reading spell. Jiro, creates magic threads. Geograze, a powerful jet-black miniature sun that can be fired at the enemy. Issei, these others are useful, but I don't have enough. You can sell skills to get gold. Issei, nah, not in the mood to sell any skills either. I guess I can keep Ent for now, and then I'll see how to get more gold. You have purchased Ent. Name Ent. Type spell. Description, heals minor wounds. Issei, I'm hungry, what is mom preparing? He said, getting up to go home. The next day in Issei's living room. Math teacher, listen, I already have your tests corrected. Congratulations to those who achieved high scores, and to those who didn't, study harder and give your best effort, he said with a smile. Issei, please, a good grade is all I ask. The teacher hands him the sheet. Yes, 77/100, let's go. Wow, Asia-chan, you had a good result, said a girl. I tried really hard and got a 69.7, he said with a depressed face. Argento-san joined recently and has one of the best grades. She's like a genius. Asia, oh no, I had help from the guys at the club. I'm actually very clumsy. Issei, the demon nun girl, she also has something else. A power that is not dark, maybe because she was a nun? But it is not equal to Izumi's power either. I don't know what it is. I should improve my perception. For now, concentrate, it's like a sphere. No, are there two? Do they come from her arms? No, I can't see beyond. Hey, isn't Hayata looking too directly at Asia-chan? Yeah, it's kind of creepy if you asked me. Asia, Hayata whisper. Issei, oh shit, that seemed weird, right? I stood there like an idiot looking at her. The boy was saved by the bell, indicating the recess between classes. Issei quickly left the classroom. How embarrassing. I must be more aware. I don't want to be called a pervert again. Improving perception is what I must do. Issei went to the cafeteria to buy a sandwich, going to a table to be able to eat more comfortably. He sat down, and when he was about to eat, a great magical power was felt in the air. Issei, that suddenly a strong presence appeared, but it dissipated quickly. Where did it come from? It didn't give me time to know where it came from, he said, looking around. No, this won't interrupt my lunchtime. There are several demons in this school. Take charge, he said in his mind while eating his sandwich. Issei came out of a blue portal where his training place was. Player. Name, Issei Hayato. Level, 23. HP, 50,084. Re, 8,039. Strength, 80. Defense, 60. Agility, 62. Resistance, 64. Perception, 61. Fatigue, 20. Issei, those E-rank dungeons are very easy now, he said while lying on the ground, but the boss told me something interesting. Issei got the key to the dungeon by completing the daily quest the day before. Random box. Rank. Description: with your luck you can obtain an item up to rank A. Issei, okay, open. Notice: you have obtained grass cutter. Rank B. Type katana. Description: a weapon of the Uchiha clan, a very sharp katana, ideal for mowing grass or decapitating enemies, but be careful not to cut yourself due to its lack of a guard. Issei, how nice. A katana really, he said, unsheathing the weapon, but how do I use it correctly? I know in anime they always train by making vertical cuts. 3 minutes later. Issei, I'm bored, he said, stopping brandishing the katana. I'd better go home. He put the katana in his inventory. The place where Issei went to go home after daily training was not very busy. Issei could calmly leave from between the trees without many passers-by looking at him strangely. Issei, what if I cover the katana with fire? But if it melts, what did Mom cook? Pork curry, ramen, omelette, meat. Issei kept repeating possible dishes for dinner, but something is approaching. It's coming quickly towards here. It's big. But 3 other people are coming. The monster was going directly towards Issei, about to pull out some weapon. A familiar girl hit the monster on the head. You. Khaos, brother, what are you doing here? She said worriedly. Yes, I changed Issei's sister's name. Izumi equals Khaos. It's more God. I even went into GPT chat to find a name with meaning. Issei, damn, I must not understand anything. What is this? Khaos, I hope he doesn't suspect. Khaos, I'll explain it to you later. For now, get out of here. Quickly, he said, jumping to the side of the monster. Kiba, we're here. Khaos, he said, cutting off the monster. Issei, Yudo-senpai, and Tujo-san too? What's going on? I think I'm acting stupid. Khaos, just go, we'll talk later, he said while Kaneko hit the monster. Issei, why yes sister, the boy ran away from the place. Khaos, okay, we'll take care of you now. After moving away from the area a little, Issei slowed down and began to walk normally. Issei, should I also tell him about my powers? Something like, look, I can set my fists on fire. Haha, or maybe I should be serious. But in life you have to be honest. I met a multiversal god who installed a video game-like leveling system that allows me to become super powerful. Or a half-truth. Later at night, in Issei's room, he was lying in bed with the puppy. Knock, knock. Issei, come in. Khaos, ahem, about what happened a while ago. He entered and left the door open. The puppy left the room. Sooner or later they would know, so I'm glad it was early. Issei headed towards the door. Issei, listen, the truth is that I already knew it more or less, he said, closing the door. Khaos, how? Issei, something happened to me that I still don't quite understand, but now I have powers. Look, he created a flame in his palm and I can feel the power of other people, and your aura changed. It's different from that of Mom, Dad, or any other normal person. What exactly happened to you? Khaos, stop, I'll tell you what happened to me and you tell me what happened to you. Issei, deal? Khaos, remember when I told you I'd been invited to join the occult club? Well, when I went, they revealed to me that there were all sorts of mythological races, and that they were demons. So they convinced me to join the club and become a demon because apparently I have a very special power that manifests in my left arm. Issei, more or less what I already knew. What is the power of your arm? Khaos, from what I've been told, a long time ago many sacred weapons called sacred gear were created, and the one I have is a very strong one called boosted gear, a Longinus weapon, which is said to be capable of surpassing the power of gods or demon kings, or so the president told me. Issei, shit, that's great. Khaos, and there's more, in the boosted gear is the soul of a dragon. Issei, even cooler. That's right, I'm incredible, said a sphere of green light coming from Khaos's left hand. Issei, what is that? His hand, that's the sacred gear. Drag, I am the red dragon of domination, the great Welsh dragon Drig. Khaos, don't pay too much attention to him. He's a bit proud, but he's good. Drake, don't say that, mate. Khaos, you silence, and you, it's your turn. Issei, what can I say? Well, you remember that girl, Yuma, right? Khaos, yes, they went out once and you said it didn't work out. Issei, yes, it didn't work because she literally tried to kill me. She had black wings and little clothing. Khaos, it can't be, I already faced her, she's a fallen angel. She tried to obtain Asia's sacred gear, but with the club's help we were able to solve everything. Issei, Asia has one too, huh? Khaos, yes, his power is healing. Issei, wow, Ahem continued, she pierced me with a weapon of light. I thought I would die, but I woke up without injuries, and with these powers, I can also summon weapons like kunais, shurikens, and a sword. Khaos, really? Let's see. Issei, ha, I take the sword and a kunai out of my inventory. Khaos, cute. Issei, yeah, that's great. I can also strengthen these weapons. He put them away again. But another thing, what was that thing you were chasing a while ago? Khaos, he was a stray demon. You see, there aren't many demons these days, and in order to solve that problem, chess pieces were created that allow other races to become demons. But there are reincarnated demons that reveal themselves and become monsters, and we must hunt them down. Issei, I see, and what position do you occupy? Khaos, I am a pawn, but apparently my power was so great that the president had to use all 8 pieces to convert me. Issei, so you're very strong, huh? Khaos, sure, although not so much compared to the others, haha. Issei, how strong are they? Khaos, quite a lot. Rias is the king and Akeno the queen. They are very skilled with magic. Kiba is the horse, a very good swordsman. Kaneko is a rook, very strong and skilled in hand-to-hand combat. Currently they could defeat me easily. And Asia is a bishop, she is not good at combat. Issei, wow, your team is missing some pieces, right? Khaos, what? You want to join? Issei, nope, just saying. Khaos, look at the time, I have to go to sleep now. Issei, calm down, tomorrow is Saturday. Khaos, this weekend the whole club will go to train for a raiding game that will be in a few days. Issei, what is that? Khaos, it's just a battle between 2 groups of demons, you don't have to worry, I'll win for the president. Issei, okay, good night, if you need anything, you know I'll help you. Khaos, of course, he said, leaving the room. Drake, are you okay, partner? Khaos, I'm fine, I'll definitely win. The girl headed towards her room. Asia, Khaos, you are? Khaos, I'm fine, just a little tired. She lay down on the bed, the one the Japanese use that they put on the floor, LPTM, I forgot the name. The next day after Khaos left for training camp, Issei also had plans. Issei, I'm going to a friend's house. We'll play all afternoon. Don't wait for me to eat and I'll take the dog, he said, leaving the house. Mom, have fun, don't be late. Leaving the house alone for his parents, Issei headed towards the city fountain. Issei, yesterday after finishing the talk with Khaos, I started to investigate the system more. I found something called random roulette. Once a week I can get a random reward free, and what I got this time was a key to a special rank B dungeon. Rank B should be difficult, and that special part intrigues me. And it is clear that the best way to solve this is by entering the dungeon. What do you think about that, puppy? Woof. He opened the portal with the key, entering the dungeon. Inside, a post-apocalyptic landscape could be seen. Issei, to this place. Notice. You meet the requirements for the dungeon quests. Dungeon quest, Soul Gathering. Description: defeat 250 enemies to obtain their souls. Rewards: Ice. 50,000 gold. Souls collected, 250. Issei, okay, another skill in gold. I like these side quests. 8 silhouettes were approaching from behind Issei. Don't stray too far, puppy. He took out the new katana he got. Issei, wait, they look like puppets. Yes, their mouths remind me of those used by ventriloquists. A puppet hit him with its arm, but Issei stopped it with his sword. Your arm is a sword? Cool. He moved it away by applying force on his sword, and with a slash he cut off its head. Issei, let's continue. You have activated the skill, Sprint. You have activated the skill, Weapon Creator. He quickly approached to cut off the heads of the remaining 8 in an instant. Souls collected, 250. Issei, it seems I have cleaned this area, he said, sheathing the katana. Souls collected, 250. Issei, it seems that the fastest way to kill them is by cutting off their heads. It's strange since they are puppets. You see, your master is strong. Woof woof arrgggr. He directed his growl forward where a large horde of monsters was approaching. Issei, great, so many puppets were grouped together, he said while concentrating his magic fire arrow. The spell fired was so powerful that it was able to kill a large number of dolls instantly. Souls collected, 250. You have leveled up. But even so, from the smoke generated by the attack, some dolls emerged that did not perish, although they looked burned and worn. Issei, I should have used more power, he said while taking out his katana. The dolls turned their arms into blades and quickly went towards Issei. Their attacks seemed well coordinated, leaving no room for a counterattack by Issei, and they already had him surrounded. The boy could barely defend himself, and the dolls were already making attacks all over his body. Desperate, Issei kicked away 2 dolls that were going to cut him and moved away from the group that had him cornered. Issei, I can't use this sword against such a large group. I'm stronger, but I can't swing it well. It gets in my way. I have to fight with my bare fists, he thought as he put away his sword. Once again the dolls started moving. 3 of them advanced directly towards Issei. They were not strong, so he could cover himself with his arms since the cuts he received were healed with int. Issei, I'm glad I bought that spell. By catching a puppet off guard with a strong punch, he was able to kill it. Take that, you damn puppet. As Issei shouted that victory, another doll approached from behind to slash him in the back, a sign that he should always be alert. Issei, is it just me or does it seem like there are more of them now? These things are really annoying when they're grouped together. The protagonist's light bulb went off as he continued hitting the dolls, slowly gathering them together. He was also injured by the doll's blades. At one point he grabbed a doll by the arm and threw it against others. He turned around, punched one and left it lying on the ground. 2 others approached from the sides. Issei took out some kunais that he threw at the heads of both dolls, but stealthily a doll appeared from behind and pierced its side. Issei, egg. He turned around and quickly took out his sword with which he decapitated the doll and then put his katana away again. I think that's it, he said looking at the group of puppets that were together while at the same time he touched the wound. He couldn't heal it with his new spell, but the pain was reduced. Fire arrows super concentrated. The spell cast managed to finish off all the dolls. Souls collected, 156 250. You have leveled up. Issei, Finally he said while still holding his hand to the wound. Puppy, come here, friend. The puppy pricked up its ears upon hearing Issei's call, leaving behind the 10 dolls it had defeated. Issei, why couldn't they do that? Come one by one, he said, leaving a doll on the ground. Although if it were like that it would take me forever to complete this mission. Woof. Issei, you understand me. A few minutes into the city, she came across another large group of dolls. Issei, no, not again, he said, starting to concentrate a large amount of mana in the form of a ball and shot it. Then he took out his katana and began to cut those who managed to survive. They are not so intimidating when they are alone, huh? So he was able to easily finish off the dolls. Collected souls, 250. Issei, come on, only 50 more left, where are they? They kept coming out like rats a while ago, and now I can't find a single one. A few minutes later he came across a pile of puppets where little by little more and more dolls arrived. Issei, what the hell is that? What are you doing? Issei's skin prickled as he felt the powerful energy emanating from those puppets. A few passed by and the pile began to shake. Something was emerging. Wow, you must be the player, huh? It's nice to meet you. Issei, the boss. Santa Claus, LV-53. Issei broke into a cold sweat. The presence of that creature was very evil, despite his calm and kind way of speaking. Issei, I feel like I could die. He touched his bandaged wound neither with his bare fist or with a sword, he said, taking out the katana. Santa Claus, oh, what's wrong with you? You're pale, it's like you've seen a demon, he said softly. Issei, calm down, fear won't help you defeat him. He stood on guard. Santa Claus, I'm sorry to say this, but I'll give you something to kill, he said as he approached the protagonist. Issei, maximum effort, he said, jumping towards Santa. You have activated the skill, Sprint. You have activated the skill, Weapon Creator. With one slash, Issei was able to cut off all of Santa's right arms. She quickly connected a blow with all of her left arms and regenerated her right ones. Issei, he's strong, but... Issei got back up and after using it he launched himself at Santa again. His limbs were sliced over and over again, but he regenerated at great speed. Issei, what do I do? He has a very fast regeneration. Shit, he threw a large fireball straight at his head. Santa Claus, it's burning, he shouted while trying to put out the fire on his face. Issei, that's it, the fire is hurting him. I know what to do. He began to concentrate his mana on the blade of his katana and set it on fire. The edge shone crimson red with this maybe. Once again the protagonist set off, taking advantage of the fact that Santa was distracted and managed to grab one of his right arms, and seeing that it didn't regenerate immediately he knew. Issei, it works. If regeneration is slower, he moved away a little fire arrow. The shot was aimed at his chest, but upon realizing it, Santa Claus dodged the attack and approached to hit Issei, causing him to fall, breaking the finished pavement in the sewers. Santa Claus, I was close if that attack had hit me. Issei, oh, damn doll, it left my whole body aching. Shit, it's coming. He got up with difficulty, used it to heal himself a little and began to run through the sewers to get away from Santa. Santa Claus, where are you, player? Issei, shit, it's creepy. That monster is chasing me through a place as dark as this. I turned right at an intersection. Santa Claus, where did you go, player? He also went by the path on the right. Issei, shit, where can I hide? A little further ahead he found a hole in the wall and hid there. Santa Claus, you can run but you can't hide, he said, passing by the protagonist's hiding place. Issei, thank goodness, he said, lying down calmly. Then he turned to one side and could see a skeleton. He held back so as not to scream. Why is it that now there are only scary things? It's not even October. Looking closer at the skeleton, he realized that he had something in his hands. What is it? When he took it, he discovered that it was a rune. Gadam rune. Issei, whatever it is, I don't think it will make my situation worse. He broke the rune. You have obtained Gadam. Rank A. Description: a teleportation spell that allows you to travel anywhere as long as you have a clear image of the destination. Issei, I think I feel better now, he said with a smile. Santa Claus, where did you go? He shouted angrily before surfacing. Issei, calm down, the one you were crying for has arrived, he said, appearing over a magic circle. Santa Claus, he threw a punch with all his arms towards Issei, but he dodged it with teleportation. Issei, wow, what happened to the patience you showed me a while ago? He said while taking out his sword and covering it with fire. What? Are you scared? Santa Claus, damn human! The monster launched itself to attack Issei, but he dodged it again. He appeared behind him, slashed his arms and legs, and sliced his throat. He moved away a bit and launched a powerful fireball at him. A few seconds later, Santa recovered completely. Santa Claus, that's the best you've got, player? Issei, come on, couldn't you just die already? Santa Claus attacked Issei with everything he had to offer again. The number and power of the blows overwhelmed the brunette, who tried to defend himself with his katana. One of the blows that Issei tried to dodge ended up causing his weapon to be thrown far away. Issei, shit! The protagonist received a full blow that threw him far away. Santa Claus quickly approached the chestnut tree and attacked him, but the boy teleported behind Santa. Issei, totally improvised idea. He punched Santa with his fists that were on fire. He teleported back to Santa and they began an exchange of blows. Issei was losing, but he noticed that Santa's regeneration was getting slower and slower. So he teleported to retrieve his katana, and from that distance he shot a fire arrow and then teleported away and took advantage of the fact that Santa was distracted and managed to deliver a diagonal cut to Santa Claus's chest. Issei, please let it work! He unexpectedly received a powerful blow that left him on the ground. Santa Claus, damn human rat, how did you know? He said as he fell to the ground. Issei, from what you said, it was a bet, and I ended up with the jackpot. Santa Claus, checkmate, he said, closing his eyes. Issei, it's finally over, he said, getting up to go look for his dog, but before that he set fire to the body. Collected souls, 250. Notice. You have completed the soul collection quest. You have obtained ice. You have obtained gold X50,000. Congratulations. You have defeated the boss, Santa Claus. You have leveled up. You have leveled up. You have leveled up. You have obtained Ingle, as a reward for completing the dungeon. The exit portal has opened. Issei, great, but first. You have purchased recovery water X3. Issei, nothing better than this after a great fight. Pup, come here, we're leaving. Issei, damn, today was a great day, he said, leaving the portal with the puppy. Realizing that it was getting dark, let's see what time it is exactly, he said, taking his phone out of the inventory. 7:47 p.m. Shit, I still have to complete the daily training, how bad. Woof. Chapter 8 Rest PT1. Previously. Dungeon Quest, Soul Gathering. Description: defeat 250 enemies to obtain their souls. Wow, you must be the player, huh? It's nice to meet you. Santa Claus LV.53. You have obtained Gatam. Santa Claus, how did you know my weakness? Issei, it was a bet, I took the risk and won. Santa Claus, checkmate. You have completed the side quest Soul Gathering. You have obtained ice. You have completed the dungeon. You have obtained Ingle. Issei, great. At the moment. 3 days after the previous chapter. Issei, stay silent, little one, he's still here, whispered the brown-haired boy to the puppy. Issei was currently inside a B-rank dungeon, called equals the Cockatrice's Guard equals. He had already finished off the normal monsters and only the boss remained. The protagonist was hiding behind a stone, which after a few minutes was destroyed by the boss. Issei, shit, the boss reached Issei with one of his paws, but Issei's body disappeared, as it was only an afterimage. Surprised? Although I can't clone myself nor do I have super speed, I can confuse your senses with my abilities. Like this one, the brown-haired boy began to walk around the monster, leaving afterimages that confused the boss. The cockatrice was really confused. She couldn't hear anything other than footsteps. Fed up, she launched herself to attack the brown-haired boy, but she only achieved an illusion. Issei took advantage of the fact that the boss was confused and with his head close to the ground and quickly hit him with a punch in the face. He also took his katana and stuck it in the cockatrice's head. Issei, how blessed be the weakness of the brain, he took his sword out of the boss's head and cleaned it with a piece of cloth he had in his inventory. Congratulations. You have leveled up. Issei, well, this is all that's missing. I take out a kunai and cut off the cockatrice's largest claw. That's it, right? Notice. You have completed the side quest, Claw Collection. Claws collected, 50-50. You have obtained the skill, Telepathy. You have obtained Gold X 50,000. Issei, good job, good reward. Now I can be Professor Xavier, but how does it work? Name, Telepathy. Rank B. Description: through physical contact you can hear the target's thoughts. Energy consumption 0. Issei, so it's not like Xavier internal sadness, it's time to go puppy. Woof woof. When Issei turned to see the puppy, it was eating the boss's meat. Issei, enjoy your meal. I guess. Issei sat on the ground. It's been a long time, and I haven't given you a name, but which one? That's it, a really epic name. Ragna, what do you think? Woof. Thus he gave his approval to the name. Issei, then I declare that this will be the beginning of an unparalleled adventure with Issei and Ragna, where there will be danger, difficulties, maybe love, but definitely fun, he said, jumping up. Ragna woof. Player. Name, Issei Hayato. Level, 29. Age, 16 years. Race, human. Titles: First Player Cat Hunter, Ninja Weapons Apprentice, Wolf Hunter. Energy, Mana. HP, 79,281. Re, 49,165. Strength, 94. Defense, 77. Agility, 77. Resistance, 81. Perception, 81. Fatigue, 45. Gold, 115,000. Issei, but there can't be an adventure without rest, he said, arriving home. Upon entering the living room, he met his parents. Dad, welcome son, he said, taking a cup of tea. Mom, may I know where you were? The threatening tone in her sentence made Issei and his father's skin crawl. Issei, I was with a friend, he said, turning his gaze towards the ground. Mom, is that true? Issei, yes. Mom, well, I'm glad you're getting out of your room more and socializing with other people, she said, giving the brunette a hug. Dad, I was worried for a moment. Issei, gosh, mothers are scary sometimes. He lay down on the bed. I'm so tired. Good night. Ragna the dog climbed onto the bed towards Issei's feet, and they both fell asleep. The next day at rest time. Issei, I know, what is your favorite ice cream flavor? Miku, without a doubt the chocolate one. Both young men were on the school roof. Issei, really? Mine too. We should go get some ice cream sometime after school. Miku, really? Like a CIT, she said nervously. Issei, like an outing for inseparable friends looking to enjoy life, he said excitedly. It was his turn to ask. Miku, do you have someone you like? She said shyly. Issei, the brown-haired boy remained silent. Thinking about what answer to give, he directed his gaze towards the girl, and when they looked directly into each other's eyes, they both felt a kind of electric shock down their backs. I don't know, love is complicated. He quickly looked away. Miku, I see. She was embarrassed. An awkward silence fell over the room, but was soon broken by the ringing of the bell. Miku, I'll see you later. I quickly leave the place. Issei, what was that? At that moment a memory invaded Issei's mind. When two people destined to be together lock eyes, an electric shock runs through their entire nervous system. Issei, wait, so that means Mika-san is, I wouldn't mind, she's very beautiful and the expressions she makes are adorable too. No, what am I saying? But I'd be lying if I said I didn't want to have something with her. The girl was sitting on the stairs. Miku, that why did I have to run away? If I weren't so shy, maybe I could do more to make him notice me. She had a sad expression, and the bell rang a second time. When she got up and was about to leave, Issei also came out of the roof. Issei, what happened? He asked, noticing Mika's sad expression. Mika, and nothing, I just hurt my finger when I was walking around here. Issei, don't you want me to accompany you to the infirmary? Miku, no, I'll be fine, it's not that serious, don't worry, now we should go to our classrooms. Issei, if you say so. After that, both young men went to attend the rest of their classes and did not see each other again when they left. Issei, I want to sleep, I should go eat at home, then do the daily training and then rest all day, yep, God plan. More in the afternoon. One Punch Man training. Push-ups, 100. Sit-ups, 100. Squats, 100. Running, 10 kilometers. Issei, give me the recovery. A green light covered the protagonist, and assigns 3 points to agility. Strength, 96. Defense, 79. Agility, 82. Stamina, 83. Perception, 83. Issei, I should take a few days off. The last few weeks I haven't stopped entering dungeons. I'm mentally exhausted. I'm even talking to myself out loud. I'd better go rest. He started on his way home. 2 hours later. Khaos, I must win. The president shouldn't be forced to marry someone I don't like. The girl was taken out of her thoughts by a hand that was placed on her shoulder. Kaneko, I was calling you, you weren't paying attention. Asia, are you sure you're okay? Khaos, I'm sorry, I guess I'm a little distracted. What did you want to tell me? Kaneko, I live over there, she said, pointing with her finger. Khaos, I see, we're going the other way. See you, Kaneko-chan. Asia, goodbye. The albino said goodbye with a wave of her hands. Issei, what day is it? Said the newly woken up, taking his phone. Only 2 hours? It feels like 2 days. The young man was drooling and had marks from the sheet on his face. The brown-haired boy left his room and went to the bathroom to wash his face, then went down to the kitchen. Issei, I want something sweet, he said, opening the fridge. I wouldn't say no to this, he said, taking a bottle of water. Khaos, hello, we're here. Issei, welcome. Asia, good afternoon, Issei. Issei, hello, Asia, how was your camp? Khaos, ahem, yes, very funny. Asia, true, we had a lot of fun. Issei, I'm glad, it's good to make memories with friends when you're young. Khaos, you sound like someone very old. Issei, yes? Haha. Khaos, and mom and dad. Issei, they said they had things to do and left a while ago. I don't think they'll be long. Khaos, well, Asia and I are tired, so I guess we'll take a shower. Issei, okay, he turned his gaze to the fridge. I'll go buy something sweet. Don't you want anything? Asia, no, don't worry. Khaos, no, real, wait, bring me some ice cream. Issei, received. Let's go. Ragna the dog went to Issei, he put the leash on him, and they left. Asia, Ragna? Khaos, finally gave him a name, it was taking too long. Issei, a crazy thing, that takes me to glory, I've never felt anything like this in my life. For some reason that music was playing in Issei's mind while he was walking through the city. What should I buy? I think there's a crepe stand 5 blocks from here, if that's what I'm craving. While he was walking around, he could see Miku. Issei, it's Miku, where is she going? The brown-haired boy noticed that the girl was carrying some bags. Maybe she's going back to her house. Should I talk to her? But after today's shock, it seemed like she didn't want to be with me. Worse, if I approached, I would surely look like a stalker. The protagonist was turning around to go in the opposite direction to Miku, but he managed to see how the girl stumbled. Miku, oh, it hurts, she said, touching her forehead. Issei, are you okay? He asked, offering his hand for the girl to get up. Miku, Issei, I. The girl got nervous because there were many people watching her. Issei, come with me. Noticing that nervousness, the brown-haired boy lifted her up, took her hand and quickly took her out of the place. He also carried her things. Issei, here, drink it, he said, giving him a can of Coke. Miku, thank you, she said, a little embarrassed. Issei, don't think about it anymore. I'm sure they'll forget about it by tomorrow. Miku, yeah, I guess. Issei, and what were you doing? Miku, I went out to buy some things to cook. I was already going home when we met. And what were you doing? Issei, I just wanted to buy something sweet to eat. Miku, I think there's a crepe stand a few blocks from here. Issei, yes, that's where I was going. Miku, then I shouldn't keep delaying you, I should go home. Issei, I can accompany you if you want. Miku, don't worry, I'll just. Issei, no problem, I wouldn't want anything bad to happen to you on the way home. Miku, in that case we could go buy the crepes and then accompany me home, she said, somewhat embarrassed. Issei, sure, let's go. Both of them got up from where they were, but Miku quickly sat back down. What's wrong? Are you okay? Miku, my knee, it hurts. Issei, can I touch? The girl nodded and the boy put his hand on her knee, and he whispered, how about now? Miku, it doesn't hurt anymore, she said, getting up. What did you do? Issei, I just massaged the area a little, hee. Miku, then I think we can go now. Here you go, guys. Issei took the crepes. It would be 1,200 yen. Issei, here, I'll give you the money. Thank you so much. Issei, goodbye. The boys set off for Miku's house. Miku, how much do you? Issei, nope, I'll treat, don't worry. Miku, sure? Issei, sure, since I discovered that system function I don't have to worry about money anymore. Miku, I see, thanks. Issei, it's very tasty. Miku, true, I love strawberries. Issei, I like the chocolate it has. Miku, but both together give it a better flavor. Issei, you're right, I'm glad I bought it. It's been a long time since I tried something so delicious. Miku, and you haven't tried the chocolate cake from the cafeteria near the school? Issei, no, I don't even know which cafeteria you're referring to. Miku, in that case we should go someday. As friends, of course. Issei, I guess we should. A silence fell. Miku, oh look, we're very close now, she said, pointing to a building. Issei, you live there? Miku, yes, my father is the owner. Issei, incredible, it's a very luxurious building. Miku, I live on the top floor, the views are very nice. Issei, and your father? I mean, you live with him, right? Miku, no, Dad mostly works abroad, I live alone. Issei, that's very. Miku, sad? Issei, no, I didn't mean. Miku, it's okay, I'm used to being alone, but I'm glad I met you, you're the first friend I've had in a long time. Issei, of course, I'll always be there to keep you company whenever you want, I'm not saying that. Miku, haha. A few minutes later they had arrived in front of the main door of the building. Miku, hey, can I ask you a question? Issei, yes, what's wrong? Miku, would you like to come to a sleepover tomorrow at my house? Issei, tomorrow? I think it's a bad day. Miku, I understand, she said, discouraged. Issei, but what do you think about Friday instead? We could stay up all night playing. Miku, that's a minor idea, she said with a smile that captivated Issei. See you tomorrow. The girl walked towards the building, but stopped, turned back to Issei and planted a kiss on his cheek. Thank you for accompanying me. After that she ran inside the building. Issei, that was, he said, gently touching his cheek. After that he teleported. Miku, I did it, and he didn't seem upset. Maybe I have a chance. But now I'm very embarrassed. The girl had a face like a tomato. Issei had teleported out of his house. When he entered he found Khaos in the living room. Khaos, and the ice cream, brother? Issei ignored her. His gaze was lost. Listen to me, the brunette just went to his room. Chapter 9, Break PT2. Previously. Honestly, I have a terrible time summarizing, and I don't know how to do it very well either. So since the last chapter was easy, I'm going to do this one without a summary. Thanks for your attention. At the moment, Issei was on his way to school with Khaos and Asia. Khaos, so what happened to you yesterday? Issei, I don't know what you mean. Khaos, yesterday you came home feeling strange, and you didn't bring what I asked for. Asia, yes, with a lost look. Khaos, you saw it too, right? Asia, yes, when I was entering her room, it was as if I had seen a pig with wings flying with a little elf on top. Khaos, what imagination. Issei, I really don't understand what you're saying. The brown-haired boy increased his speed and moved away from the girls. That took me by surprise, but I was very happy with what he did. I think I shouldn't hold back. I should tell him what I feel, soulmate or not. I really liked the young man was immersed in his thoughts, and couldn't help but bump into Miku, who was also thoughtful. Miku, ouch, she said, touching her head. Issei, oh sorry Miku? Miku, Issei, no, it's my fault, I didn't see you. Issei, then I think there's no problem. He extended his hand. Miku, of course I took her hand to get up. Thanks for helping me. The girl was slightly blushing. Issei, don't even mention it. Khaos, what's up with that scene? He said, looking from a distance. Asia, Issei is talking to that woman. Khaos, her weight, I know her. Asia, seriously, who is it? Khaos, haven't you heard of her? She transferred this year. She's nicknamed the princess who doesn't want to be queen because she's one of the most attractive girls in school, but she barely ever talks to anyone. However, that reserved personality makes many men interested in her. Asia, you say she's very quiet, but she seems to be talking to Issei without any problems. Khaos, it can't be. Do you think my brother and that celebrity are dating? While that would be nice, someone like me shouldn't have just any woman as a sister-in-law. Asia, hee hee. Issei, I feel that I shouldn't just limit myself to daily training. I should review my skills and see what I can do with them. System, show me my status, he said, sitting on the grass. Player. Name, Issei Hayato. Level, 29. Age, 16 years. Race, human. Titles, First Player Cat Hunter, Ninja Weapons Apprentice, Wolf Hunter. Energy, Mana. HP, 79,281. Re, 49,165. Strength, 98. Defense, 81. Agility, 87. Resistance, 85. Perception, 85. Fatigue, 0. Gold, 115,000. Issei, what good are titles to me? First player. Like the first one, you get a faster stat growth rate and automatically get the protagonist's luck skill. Cat Hunter. Increases strength and agility by 10% when fighting cat-type monsters. Ninja Weapons Apprentice. Plus 10 agility when using a ninja's weapons. The more it is used, the better the title and its characteristics will be. Wolf Hunter. 20% additional damage when facing beast-type monsters. Issei. Faster growth speed and protagonist luck, huh? I guess that's why I'm almost at level 30 in just 2 weeks. Also my HP, RE and stats are very high. I should also use kunais and shurikens more, and the others would be very useful in battle. What about my powers? Player Issei. Skills. Protagonist's luck. Weapon creator. Sprint. Rhythmic echo. Stealth. Telepathy. Weapons. Basic ninja weapons bag. Raiken's dagger. Grass cutter. Magic. Fire arrow. Fireball. Ingle. Gatum. Ent. Ice. Objects. Silver thread. Issei, just to review, give me a description of everything I have. Name, protagonist luck. Generates situations and opportunities, also resolves conflicts conveniently. Name, weapon creator. Touching an object greatly improves its strength and durability. Name, sprint. Generates a maximum speed boost. Name, rhythmic echo. By walking in circles at a steady pace, it creates afterimages of the user, and by dispersing the energy throughout the environment, it creates the illusion of being everywhere. Name, stealth. You can hide your presence and camouflage your body. In exchange, 1 mana will be consumed every 10 seconds. Name, telepathy. Through physical contact you can hear the target's thoughts. Issei, I have a lot of RE, so I could maintain stealth for an hour without problems, and with sprint, weapon creator and ninja weapons, it would be a lethal stealth ninja assassin combo. On the other hand, I don't know how useful telepathy would be in combat. If it didn't have that limitation, it would be something else, but. Name: basic ninja weapons pouch. A leather pouch that allows you to use 5 shurikens and 3 kunais per day. You can stake any unused or recovered weapons. Name: Raiken's dagger. D-rank weapon, plus 20 to attack and causes the rage effect when fighting beasts. Name: Grass Cutter. A weapon of the Uchiha clan, a very sharp katana, ideal for mowing the lawn or decapitating enemies, but be careful not to cut yourself due to its lack of a guard. Issei: I have approximately 49 kunais and 80 shurikens. They are good weapons to use against unintelligent monsters, but I have a feeling there will be intelligent opponents. The dagger is also good. As I see, fury makes beasts irrational, and I think this sword is the best I have. It is very sharp and I can combine it with fire, but what system is the Uchiha clan? Warning: insufficient level to access tales, fables, and legends. Issei: what is that? Warning: insufficient level to access tales, fables, and legends. Issei: okay, I understand. What level do I need to reach? Level 35 required. Issei: well, it's not much. Name: Fire Arrow. By molding mana into the shape of an arrow, this spell is generated with a power that varies depending on the amount of mana used. The minimum required is 500 Ari. Name: Fireball. A simple way to use magic: just concentrate the mana in one point and shoot it. The minimum needed is 500 Ari. Name: Mingle. A spell that resurrects the dead after offering a drop of blood. When used within 3 seconds of the target's death, there is no risk of permanent death. Ari required is 5,000. Name: Gatem. A spell that connects 2 spaces for instant movement. Yar required 500. Name: Ment. A spell that heals small wounds. Ari needed 100. Name: Ice. A spell that removes all poison from the body. Ari required 100. Issei: Ingle. A spell to resurrect the dead. I have to use it in less than 3 seconds and use a drop of blood. It's very interesting. If I manage to kill a powerful enemy, I resurrect him and kill him again, then it would give me more XP, right? It can be very up to farm levels. Fireball and Fire Arrow, I already know how powerful they can be, and at the moment is very useful. And Ice says any poison, then it doesn't matter if it's even S-class. Gatem is good at taking the enemy by surprise, but if they realize that a magic circle appears right where I teleport, they could counter it. Issei got up from where he was. Issei: it's simple to use Fireball or Fire Arrow with stealth, and the other spells are not something I can train now, but I can use the fire nature in my weapons. He took out a kunai and lit it. Issei: I don't know how useful this is, but what if I don't need to touch it? Whenever I do magic, I concentrate the mana on my hand, but it doesn't touch it. Instead, the mana levitates. If I put the raw mana into the kunai and then I threw it, he threw the weapon against a tree. Good. I can feel my mana there. I just need. He extended his fist and closed it tightly, and the kunai began to expel fire. Yes, damn it. That's very cool. Fire bombs obtained. Then Issei spent 1 hour practicing his aim with the shuriken and trying to make the fire bombs, managing to do it quickly. Issei: I'm here, he said, entering the house. Asia: welcome, Issei-san. The girl was in the kitchen drinking water. Issei: hello, Asia, where is everyone? Asia: your parents recently left. Issei: I understand he went to the fridge to get a bottle of water and Khaosei. Asia: Khaosei is in the occult club. Yes, that's it. They're resolving an important matter, she said nervously. Issei: Is that true? He slowly approached the girl. Asia: yes, she said with greater nervousness. Issei: and if it's something important for the club, why aren't you there? He touched Asia's arm. Asia: that's because I can't tell him that Khaosei you're training with his sacred gear and his magic. Issei: so that's it, don't worry. Khaosei already told me the truth. It's a little strange. It's like he's talking to me directly. He let go of the girl's arm. Asia: you how? I asked, surprised. Issei: I have secrets too. After saying that, he winked at her and went up to his room. Issei: I have secrets too. What the hell am I saying? He threw himself onto his bed. This feeling, I've felt it for a long time, boredom, but I'll keep resting for a couple more days. It's not so bad to feel this way once in a while. Issei fell asleep for about 30 minutes. 30 minutes later, Issei was beginning to wake up. Little by little he was stretching, breathing deeply. Issei mh. Ragna, woof woof. The dog jumped onto his owner's bed and started licking his face. Issei, hey stop, I'm awake. Ragna, woof. Issei, Ragna, you have grown a bit, haven't you? I couldn't call him a puppy anymore. He was no longer the size of a small pup, he was more or less the size of an Argentine Mastiff. Issei and Ragna went down to the kitchen. Issei, here, friend. He lowered a plate with water and another with food. I can't even see your level yet. Why would that be? He heard the door open. Khaos, I'm home now. Issei, welcome. How did it go? Khaos, what do you mean? Issei, you were training, weren't you? For that raiding game. Khaos, yes, how do you know? I asked with intrigue. Issei, Asia told me. I asked her where you were. She told me a lie, so I confessed that you had already told me the truth. Khaos, yes, well, I was training my magic. I still don't know how to use it correctly. Issei, I understand. I could help you. What is your attribute? Khaos, I don't have any yet. Akeno-san told me that I can use my imagination to use my magic, so I decided to try explosion spells, but it's complicated. Issei, explosions, huh? Shouldn't you try to concentrate mana in your hand and see if you can make it explode? Khaos, concentrated on my hand? Issei, yes, look, he raised his palm. You can feel it, right? The pure mana I concentrate. Khaos, yes, I can feel it, even though I can't see it. Issei, then imagine it catches fire and voila, a ball of fire. Khaos, you make it look so easy. Issei, well, you could try using something like a magic circle or a seal to activate the spell. Khaos, great idea, using a seal to convert mana into explosions. Issei, I'm glad to help. Issei, I want to take a bath now, he said as he climbed the stairs. He went to his room and stayed there for about 5 minutes using his phone. Issei, wait, didn't I want to take a bath? He put his phone aside and got up, heading to the bathroom. I'm bored. I want to play with the water and the foam. The boy opened the bathroom door. Everything would be normal. But there was Asia-chan, naked Asia. When their eyes met, an electric shock ran through the body of both young people. Shit. Asia. Kyyyy. She closed the door forcefully. The bang made Khaos go up to check. Khaos, what happened? I asked worriedly. Issei, nothing, everything's fine. Khaos, are you sure? I asked, seeing that Issei was bleeding from his nose. Issei, it can't be. Is Asia my soulmate too? There's no doubt about it. The electric shock I felt, and I can't stop thinking about that incident from earlier. Knock knock. Issei, come in. Asia, Issei-san. The girl's face was red with embarrassment. Issei, Asia, listen, about what happened a while ago. He was a little nervous. Asia, about that you don't have to worry, it was my fault. I should have locked it. Issei, no, I should have knocked on the door. Asia, you saw me, didn't you? Issei, why yes, sorry. If there's anything I can do to make it up to you. Asia, why, you must take our responsibility, otherwise I'll never be able to get married. It was too much for the girl to say that. She quickly left the room in embarrassment. Issei, responsible? Get married? She meant that in Issei's mind, Asia had hinted that they should both get married. Killing monsters is definitely easier. The boy went to bed unable to stop thinking about both Miku and Asia's shit. The next day, on the school roof. Issei, my head is really in chaos. I don't know what to do. 2 soulmates have already appeared. But is it really okay to have more than one partner at a time? This society doesn't accept polygamy. But I can't just choose one. My feelings for both of them are equally intense. Miku, are you listening to me? The girl had a very cute, annoyed expression. Issei, how nice. I'm sorry, what were you saying? He asked sadly. Miku, today is our sleepover. I told you to give us some ideas on what we should do, such as watching a movie, playing video games, and eating pizza. Issei, I have the Uno cards, we could play that. Miku, yes, that's perfect. Issei, yes, the legendary one, Friendship Breaker. Miku, I don't. Issei, ha ha ha, I'm just kidding, the bell rang, see you at 7 at your house, right? Miku, of course, she said with a smile. Congratulations on completing the daily workout, claim your rewards. 1 status recovery. 2 to plus 3 points. 3 rank D dungeon key. Issei, just one more day, tomorrow I'm going back to the dungeons. Strength 100. Defense 83. Agility 92. Stamina 87. Perception 87. Alert. One of your stats has reached 100. For this you will be granted a combat style. Analyzing your stats. The most optimal style has been found. Congratulations. You have unlocked Re-Taekwondo, Renewed Taekwondo. One Punch Man training reward system has changed. Description: completing daily training will grant you status recovery and plus 3 points. The plus 2 points to all stats for completing daily training will be removed, as well as the third reward. Issei, what just happened? I unlocked a combat style and lost some advantages from daily training. Now my stat growth will be reduced, but I guess it's good since I still got the status recovery. Want to start Re-Taekwondo training? But Issei, no, I won't do it tomorrow. Alert. Surely you meant no. Issei, yeah, sure. Understood, the player's will be followed. Issei, I'm tempted actually, but just for today. 1906, Issei was in front of Miku's apartment door. Knock knock. Miku, I'm coming. The girl opened the door, letting Issei in. Issei, hold. The boy remained silent when he saw the girl in pajamas calm down. Miku, what's wrong? Issei, and nothing, he said timidly. Miku, then please come in. Issei, wow, your house is. Miku, what? Issei, elegant, I've never been to a place like that. Miku, hee hee, feel at home then. Issei, of course, I brought the Uno, he said, taking the cards out of his backpack. Miku, and I prepared the console. Do you want to play now? Issei, yes, tonight will be fun. The boys sat in front of the television and started playing Mortal Kombat 10. Some time later. Issei, I really bet on this. Fatality. Noob Saibot wins. Miku, and with that it's 3-1 in my favor. Issei, this is wrong, I demand a change of characters, I'm not used to Scorpion. Miku, are you sure? I asked with a smile. Issei, sure, with Sub-Zero I'll beat you for sure. Fatality. Scorpion wins. Miku, that's 5-1. Issei, I'm no good at this game. I can't really tell him that I got distracted by the cute expressions he was making. I grab his phone for a moment, look at the time. Miku, yes, I'm already hungry. Issei, then I'll order dinner, how about a pepperoni pizza? Miku, I agree. Issei, while it arrives we could play Uno. Miku, okay, but how do you play? Issei, have you never played it? He asked while shuffling the cards. Miku, nope, the protagonist proceeded to explain the rules. Issei, that would be all, do you understand? Miku, I think so. Issei dealt the cards and they started playing. Miku, and it's a +4 for you. Issei, shit, he gave a red 5. Miku, 1, she said, putting a yellow 5. Issei, luck of protagonist, please take effect, put a yellow 2. Miku, I won, the girl put a yellow 9 finally. Issei, well, that's a 3-1 for me. I'm not that good with video games, but this game is right up my alley. Ha ha ha, lol. Miku, I didn't laugh at you. She made that cute annoyed expression again. Issei, yes, sorry, you did well, Miku, he said, caressing Miku's head, making her freeze with a red face. Ding dong. Ding dong. The moment was cut short by the sound of the doorbell. Issei, it must be the food, I'll go see. Miku, oh, of course. Issei and Miku went to sit on the couch to eat while watching a movie. Issei, are you sure you can see this? and with the lights off. Miku, sure, it's fun to watch horror movies when you're in the company of another person. Issei, well, I hope you don't regret it. The boys were watching Ringu, the original Japanese version of The Ring. They were at the part where the protagonist plays the VHS. Issei took his phone for a few minutes then put it down. In the movie, after the protagonist finished watching the VHS, the phone rang. Miku, hee hee, classic. Just then the ringtone of the movie phone rang in the room. Issei, Bu, the boy had a white sheet over his head. Miku, Hiya, the pink-haired girl jumped in fright and fell to the ground. Issei, Pff Jajaja, while he was laughing, the girl was looking at him with a scared face. Miku, her eyes began to shed tears. Issei, sorry, I thought it would be fun. He wrapped the girl in a hug. Excuse me. A few minutes after Miku calmed down. Miku, don't apologize, I'm actually bad at horror. Issei, then why watch that movie? Miku, because I felt safe being with another person, with you, she said, looking away in embarrassment. Issei, I'm sorry, what I did wasn't in good taste. You can get revenge on me if you want. Miku, in that case, I'll think of something to get revenge on you. Miku, that's it. Issei, that was exhausting, he said, stretching. Together with Miku, they had prepared 2 futons in the living room. Miku, now that this is done, do you want to keep playing cards? Issei, of course. An hour and a half later. Issei, please win now. We've been playing this endless game for half an hour. Miku, I'm surprised it lasted this long. I'm tired. Issei, if that's the case, just let yourself win. When he finished speaking, he received a pillow in the face. Miku, oops, looks like you dropped your cards. I win by default. She just got hit with a pillow too. Issei, well, you also dropped your cards. Technical tie. He received another pillow hit. Miku, this only means one thing. The girl grabbed 2 pillows. Issei, it seems so. He also grabbed a couple of pillows. Issei, Miku, pillow fight. Both boys began to throw and hit each other with pillows mercilessly. Miku, take this, hit Issei in the face with a pillow. Issei, is that your revenge? Miku, no, not yet. Issei threw a pillow at Miku's torso with such force that it made her kneel. Issei, should I have to hold back more? Are you okay? He approached the girl worriedly, but she took a pillow with her left hand and hit Issei's face. Miku, are you okay? Issei, a treacherous attack. How low have you fallen? Miku, in war and in love everything is fair, right? She moved away from the protagonist and grabbed 2 pillows that she threw at Issei. The chestnut eluded with a speed that surprised Miku. Issei, should we finish this already? I grab a pillow. Miku, yes, should we? I also take a pillow. They approached each other and began to exchange blows. At one point Issei tried to connect a horizontal blow, but Miku dodged it and attacked with a vertical blow, and thanks to that blow Issei fell to the ground. Issei, tell my family that I love them. That noble warrior closed his eyes, thus ending his long story. Miku, why so dramatic? Issei, ha ha ha, it was funny to me. Miku, he, maybe it was. She extended her hand to help him up. Issei grabbed her hand, but when he tried to get up, the girl ran out of strength and fell on the brown-haired boy. Issei, ouch, are you okay? What happened? Miku, it's now or never. Hey, can I tell you something? Issei, yes, but don't you want to get up first? Miku, I couldn't tell you, it has to be now. Issei, so what do you mean? Miku, I like you. These past few days I haven't been able to stop thinking that I want to be with you, and it's okay if you don't feel the same, just… Issei, Miku, Miku, but let me do this before I hear your answer. She approached the brunette's face and kissed him intensely. Issei, listen, he said, separating from the girl, I like you too, and I feel the same way as you. Miku, so would you like to be my boyfriend? Issei, of course. The boy hugged the pink-haired boy. Miku, I'm very happy. The next day, Issei was waking up after yesterday's tiring night. Issei, wasn't she by my side? He said, looking towards the other futon. Good morning, Issei-san, said a girl coming down the stairs. Issei, who are you? The boy stood up and became alert. Isn't it obvious? I'm Miku. Issei, you're not, you sound different. It's like that. The girl came closer, revealing that she had a green ribbon on her head in the shape of bunny ears. Issei, who are you and where is Miku? He asked seriously. Me? Well, I'm Yacht. Chapter 10, A Truth and a Half a Lie. Previously. Phew. At the moment. Issei, I can't believe what happened. She looked so cute when she declared her love. Issei was deep in his thoughts while his eyes were closed. What time is it? He opened his eyes and took his cell phone where he saw that it was 4:07 in the morning. LOL. It's very early. Issei turned to the right side where he saw Miku sleeping. Issei, God, how cute. Issei went back to sleep, with a smile. Issei, who are you and where is Miku? He asked seriously. You don't believe me, Issei-san. I am Miku. I'm your girlfriend, she said with a sad expression. The girl had a green ribbon shaped like rabbit ears on her head. She was wearing a white shirt and a green skirt. Issei, stop. Miku's attitude doesn't suit you. Her aura is Miku's. But there's something that tells me she's different. Also, that ribbon on her head. I don't think it's something Miku would wear. You're good. I don't think anyone has ever doubted me so much. Issei, I'll just say it one more time. Who are you? He brought a hand to his back and made a kunai appear. Me? Well, I'm Yotsuba. You could say I'm part Miku. Maybe you don't understand or think it's weird, but it's the truth. Issei, you're right. I don't understand, so explain it to me. Yotsuba, it's complicated. Issei, well, make it less complicated. He made the kunai disappear. Yotsuba, well, pay attention to my super explanation. She sat on the sofa and Issei also sat on a sofa. Let's see, how do I start? Okay, I know, ahem, actually Miku and I are different personalities that live in the same body. Issei. Yotsuba, I know it may sound strange. Issei, and what happened to Miku? Yotsuba, it's not just Miku and me. There are 3 other personalities inside our heads and Miku did something forbidden, so she's having a talk with the other 3. Issei, what did she do wrong? He asked seriously. Yotsuba, you. Issei? Yotsuba, she asked you to be her boyfriend without our permission. Issei, that doesn't have. Yotsuba, we all share the same body, so she can't make decisions like that on her own, and because of that she will be punished. Issei, what will happen to her? What will her punishment be? Yotsuba, her? Well, she won't be able to take control of the body for a while. Issei, that doesn't make sense. It's all my fault. If I didn't have the system, she wouldn't be. Yotsuba, she broke the rules. She asked for it, even though we warned her. Issei, I'm telling you she's not guilty. Yotsuba froze for a minute. And now what happened to you? Yotsuba, you're very lucky, Issei-san. It was a pleasure talking to you. The girl took off the ribbon. Issei, what happened? The girl threw herself at the brown-haired boy. Miku, sorry, I didn't want to hide what's happening to me, but I thought you'd walk away if you knew the truth. She hugged the protagonist tightly. Issei, Miku. He also hugged the girl tightly. It's okay, I won't leave you. Miku. Issei slowly approached the brown-haired boy's mouth. Issei, Miku. They were about to kiss, but the girl pulled away at the last second. Miku, I can't, she said, stopping hugging the brown-haired boy. Issei, please tell me what I can do to solve this problem. Miku, we can only be boyfriend and girlfriend if you can make the others fall in love with you. Issei, to all of them? Miku, it's the only way. We all share the same body, so there's no other way. Issei, I understand. He hugged the girl again. I won't give up on you. They both hugged each other for a few minutes. The chestnut tree was sitting at the desk in his room. Issei, I guess it's like did. Although it seems like they're all aware of each other, the personalities of people with did are generally disconnected. Also, what trauma did they go through for 5 personalities to emerge? Is Miku the original? What will the others be like? A lot of questions and few answers. Issei, state recovery. Strength 100. Defense 86. Agility 92. Stamina 87. Perception 87. Issei, I don't know since when her personalities exist, and if I were forced to give an answer, I would say that the cause is her parents. She didn't mention her mother, and said that her father didn't live with her. I take a big gulp of water. Issei, well, she told me to give her time to think, so I couldn't do anything even if I wanted to. System starts taekwondo training. Do you want to start re-taekwondo training? Yes, no. Issei, yes. The blue screen in front of Issei turned into a small portal from which a revolver emerged. Issei, what is it? What do I have to do with this? Name: memory bombs. Type: Nin specialist. Description: shares memories through a revolver with a headshot, and does no damage. Issei, Nin specialist memory bombs. It enters the revolver shot directly at Issei's forehead, knocking him to the ground for a few minutes. Damn. That feels strange. He stood up and grabbed his head. My head hurts. These memories, this is how it's done him. The brown-haired boy took a deep breath and began practicing. Issei, first, basic stance. Issei, fu. Then, spinning kick. The protagonist moved his leg in a semicircular motion, hitting the top of a tree that was around there with the front of his foot. Issei, it was something like that, right? Now, front kick. Issei, yes, this feeling is similar. Punch strike. He hit the tree so hard with a punch that it collapsed. Fu. Thanks to that revolver, these memories flow through my mind and I can perform these attacks so easily. Wait, I achieved that with just one kick. What a monster! A shiver ran through Issei's body after seeing that memory. Issei, wedgehook. Issei, shit, I wanted to go to a dungeon but my muscles are asking for a break. Re-taekwondo puts a lot of stress on my body. That's a weakness now. But maybe if I train more, well, what does it matter? More rest for me. The next day in the afternoon. Issei, ready Ragna? The young man had a key in his hand. Ragna, waff waff. The dog was wagging his tail a lot. Issei, so fast? Well, I'm not complaining, he said, seeing a red wolf with a metallic jaw. The wolf launched itself to attack the protagonist with its jaw. Baikrock. Issei kicked him upwards, closing the wolf's snout. Issei, or was it Bainok? He turned to see Ragna at the V. The pup was devouring a red wolf. These things are level 17. Grr. 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 Issei. Ooh, looks like more arrived, he said, looking behind him. Razkan Steel Fong, X49. Issei. The Wolf Slayer title better be activated. He adopted the basic stance. Main title changed, Wolf Killer. The beast stood still for a moment, almost as if studying Issei. Issei, how scary, come on, don't stay there. I took out Raiken's dagger. Well, if they're not going to come. Fury effect activated. A red aura emanated from the dagger and traveled to the beast's noses. Their eyes turned completely red and they began to growl erratically. Issei, preparations are ready. The wolves attacked Issei. He seemed calm, he was kicking non-stop. Issei, baked to hit the side of a Razkan with his knee. Erang hit the head of a Razkan with his elbow. Taibeak kicked a Razkan that was approaching from the side. Issei, ha ha, Nigawa kick jumped back and hit a Razkan's jaw. He landed on the ground, and there was Razkan behind him. He turned around and did a spinning kick that sent 3 flying. Issei, punch strike hit the entire nose of a Razkan. Punch strike 2 hit the side of a Razkan that had jumped to bite him. The protagonist continued throwing kicks like front kick, spinning kick, Taibeak, Bainok, Nigawa kick, Baekdu and Erang. After finishing off quite a few wolves, they regrouped, moving away a little from Issei. Issei, good, that's perfect, now I can use this, as he said, firmly bury your foot in the ground and send the resulting force to the knee, the pelvis, the waist and then to the tip of the foot. Jean Wedgehook. The kick he launched generated a current of air that finished off all the Razkan that were there. You have leveled up. Issei, even with Jean Wedgehook I could only do this. That man's Wedgehook was much more powerful. I can't even imagine what his Jean Wedgehook would be like. The boy collapsed and fell to the ground. Huh? What a memory invaded Issei's mind. Re-taekwondo's third weakness. It causes a lot of stress on the body, even more so for those without proper training. Issei, and why the hell do I remember that now that I'm like this? After a few minutes of rest, Issei was better. Issei, well, let's go. Ragna, he said, getting up from the ground. Ragna, waff waff. The dog had his mouth covered in blood. Issei, it's nice to see someone enjoying it. They went deeper into the dungeon looking for the boss, but what they found was another pack of Razgan. Razgan Steel Fawn X51. Issei, my body is still fatigued from using Taekwondo, so I'll take care of you with this. I take out the grass cutter. You have activated the skill, Weapon Creator. He began to brandish the katana as best he could, but incredibly he managed to cut the Razgan with great ease, splitting them in half, cutting off their heads, their legs. He did it with such fluid movements. Issei, you guys are very easy, he said, finishing cutting the last Razgan. You have finished Steelfang Razgan, X47. You have leveled up. Issei, just give me a moment to rest. He leaned against the wall. Where is that puppy? He turned around looking for Ragnar and saw him fighting against a Razgan. Should I help him? Ragnar ran in a zigzag pattern, confusing the wolf, who underestimated him because he was smaller than him. When he got close enough, the wolf tried to bite him, but Ragnar quickly jumped and bit the wolf's neck, and with force he tore off part of the Razgan's neck. Issei, how scary! A system window appeared in front of him. Warning. Issei, okay, now I feel a little better, just a small sensation in my ankles. But that's nothing, he said while grabbing his head. Well, it's time to finish off the boss, he said, looking towards the hallway. Ragnar, waff waff waff, with his tongue he cleaned the blood that was in his nose. Issei, what the hell is this? Risaka LV.26. Issei, no, it's okay, I'm stronger. The boss moved quickly and hit Issei with its tail, and threw him against the wall. Issei, AGGH, its scales are hard, a normal sword attack won't work. It's a good thing the scales are only on the outside, he said, wiping away the little blood that had come out of the corners of his lips. Then he took out some shurikes, and as if it were threatening him, the snake showed him its fangs. Issei took advantage of that and threw the shurikens at his fuses. The boss ate those shurikens. Issei, mistake, he snapped his fingers and the snake began to writhe and release smoke and fire from its mouth. A snake like you will never become a dragon, he said, getting into position. Issei, Gene Mori original. The blue dragon kick performed a horizontal kick from which a large dragon came out and bit the snake's body, causing it to impact against the wall. It hasn't died yet. It surprises me. My attacks are still very weak compared to theirs, but I'm glad. I'm going to be able to try this. You have activated this sprint skill. The brown-haired boy took his katana out of his inventory and charged quickly towards the boss. A little earlier, he jumped hard. Now he was falling on the boss. He grabbed his katana tightly, and when he was close enough he made a horizontal slash. Issei, how scary! A system window appeared in front of him. Notice. Your katana skill has leveled up. You have unlocked water breathing. Do you want to start water breathing training? Yes, no. Issei, yes. I say, surface slash, and so I cut off the head of the dungeon boss. You have defeated the swamp ruler boss, Blue Risaka Poison Fangs. You have completed the dungeon and obtained Create, Edit Grant. You have leveled up. You have obtained Gold X50,000. You have obtained Risaka Poison. You have unlocked HP hit points. Issei, PPFFFF, ha 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 ha, I'm sick. I can't laugh like that after doing what I did. Ragnar waff. Issei, and what about you? You were missing the whole fight, he said, watching Ragnar eat some of Risaka's meat. You silly dog. Issei, if I have to practice more to withstand the load of Taekwondo, or improve my resistance more, although it is already very high. The boy was lying in his room with Ragnar lying in the corner of the room. Let's see what I got today. Name, water breathing. Description, water breathing is a katana fighting style that mimics the flow, flexibility, and adaptability of water and replicates it with the user's movements, techniques, and skills. Issei, I have to train this too. I almost ran out of breath from using the first stance. Name, Risaka Poison. Description, poison extracted from the blue Risaka. When consumed, it increases defense and reduces speed. Effect, hardened scales. When weapons are placed, it causes paralysis and bleeding. Bleeding causes the opponent to lose 1% of HP every 1 second. Paralysis causes opponents to be unable to move. Issei, I'm more interested in the second option. I have to use it on kunais and shurikens. Name, create, edit, grant. Descriptions. Create allows the player to create any skill they imagine. Edit allows the player to edit any skill, regardless of whether it belongs to them or not. Grant allows you to grant created skills to other people. Issei, amazing, it's a 3-in-1, what a convenient ability. Name, HP. Description. Life points are obtained by performing satisfactory activities for the player and are obligatorily used to operate the create, edit, grant skill. Issei, so create, edit, grant doesn't use RE. They are obtained by doing satisfactory activities. Anything that satisfies me, can it really be anything? Right, anything. Issei, I understand, and how many HP do I have now? PV, 450. Issei, I can't tell if it's a lot or a little. Issei, Important information omitted. Issei, which one? If the life points reach 0, the player will die. Issei, what the buck? Ahem, I mean, what an unfortunate disadvantage. Ragnar raised his head and looked at him as if confused. Nothing happened. Ragnar, Waff lay back down. Issei, it's actually fine, there are many things that satisfy me, and as long as I don't use the ability, they don't run out. How complicated. Knock knock. Mickey, Issei, can you come down for a moment? Issei, I'm coming, Mom. Issei, it's always fun to help Mom cook, he said as he climbed the stairs. Now I should go take a bath. Issei, good bath, he said, drying his hair with a towel. PV, 485. Issei, Mom said dinner would take a little longer. When he got to his room, he got dressed and lay back down on his bed. A few minutes later, he saw Asia walk past his room. Ah, Asia. Asia, did something happen, Issei-san? She said, turning back. Issei, Khaos has arrived yet? Asia, no, she's still training. Issei, Salka, that was all, thanks. Asia, can I ask you a question? Issei, yes, tell me. Asia, why you have a Gigi girlfriend? She asked with a red face. Issei, I guess not, why do you ask? Asia, it's nothing, I don't have any hidden intentions or anything like that, she said, running away with a smile on her face. Issei, funny, she's a very cute girl, ha 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 ha. Chapter 11, Manbat. Previously. Want to start Taekwondo training. But Issei, yes. Notice. Your katana skill has leveled up. You have unlocked water breathing. Want to start water breathing training. But Issei, yes. Issei, surface slash, and so I cut off the head of the dungeon boss. You have defeated the swamp ruler boss, Blue Risaka Poison Fangs. You have completed the dungeon and obtained create, edit, grant. Asia, can I ask you a question? Issei, yes, sir. Asia, why you have a Gigi girlfriend? She asked with a red face. Issei, I guess not, why do you ask? Asia, it's nothing, I don't have any hidden intentions or anything like that, she said, running away with a smile on her face. Issei, funny, she's a very sweet girl. At the moment, Issei, Khaos, and Asia were on their way to school. Although the girls walked a little behind Issei, the brunette had a tired expression. Asia approached Issei with a worried look. Asia, Issei-san, are you okay? She gently touched his shoulder. Issei, but of course I'm fine. He quickly changed his expression. I just fell asleep late. Asia, I understand, you shouldn't do that. It's bad for you if you don't complete your sleeping hours. Issei let out a small chuckle. Issei, thanks for worrying, but I should say the same to you. You and Khaos always get home very late. Asia, well, that's because. Issei, work of demons? Asia, how come? Issei, Khaos me lo daijo. Asia, what a relief, keeping a secret is so hard. The girl let out a heavy sigh. Issei, ha ha, so what? Is life as a demon complicated? Asia, not really. I'm not good at fighting, so I stay behind everyone and heal them. I also fulfill the contracts the president assigns to me. Issei contracts? Asia. Yes, humans summon demons to fulfill certain requests, and in exchange they sign a contract. Issei, then I could summon you, huh? That's good information. Asia laughs nervously. Asia, I would be happy to fulfill your requests, she said in a low voice. Issei, what things don't? He said with slight nervousness. Asia, I didn't mean to imply that. Issei, calm down, I understand what you meant. Khaos, what's going on with those two? The girl looked at them with narrowed eyes. Don't tell me my best friend and my brother know. That can't be it, right? Right. Verdad? During recess, Issei went to the school rooftop. Issei, it's strange. Without Miku it feels so boring, and that Yotsuba is very different. She's more sociable and outgoing. She suddenly became very popular. Flashback. Issei had just arrived at school. Now he is walking through the halls towards his classroom, while listening to the conversations of other students. Did you hear? The princess who didn't want to be queen suddenly changed her attitude to fight for the crown. Dude, you're almost 18, stop talking like a little kid. Seriously, idiot. Miki Nakano from Class B 3rd year suddenly changed her attitude completely. Now she's super outgoing and smiley, bro. I would give a lot to be able to spend a night with that cutie, to be able to play with her breasts. I'm sure her voice would be wonderful at that moment. Damn, why can't I be some kind of anime protagonist? In my entire life I've never had a friend more in need than you. Suddenly both boys felt a chill run down their spines. A strange pressure appeared in the air. I feel scared all of a sudden. Why, yeah, that's weird, isn't it? Because why don't we leave here, bro? Excellent idea. The boys quickly left the place. Then Issei relaxed and stopped emitting that pressure. Issei, who do you think you are, fantasizing about Miku? The only person who could have the privilege of fantasizing about her is me. Issei walked a little further. In the hallways he could see how Yotsuba was with several people. She looked happy while talking with her new friends. Issei, why don't I have the courage to approach? End of flashback. Issei, what did he do when he was like this? I have no idea. Issei lay on the ground watching the clear sky until a blue screen appeared in front of him. Issei, good idea, I should focus on my condition. Player. Name, Issei Hayato. Level 32. Age 16 years. Race, human. Titles, First Player Cat Hunter Ninja Weapons Apprentice Wolf Hunter. Energy Mana. HP, 99,869. Re, 61,932. PV, 500. Strength, 100. Defense, 86. Agility, 92. Resistance, 87. Perception, 87. Fatigue, 3. Issei, great, now for the other thing. Skills. Protagonist's luck. Weapon creator. Sprint. Rhythmic echo. Stealth. Telepathy. Creation, editing, granting. Unknown LV.max. Weapons. Classic ninja weapon bag. Raiken's dagger. Grass cutter. Spells. Fire arrow. Fireball. Ingle. Gatum. Ent. Ice. Combat style. Re-taekwondo. Water breathing. Items. Silver thread. Rasaka poison. Issei, I should try the new ability. How does it work? A blue screen and a keyboard appeared in front of Issei. Create. Skill name. Description. The player must meet these requirements. It can also be done telepathically. Edit. Select the skill. The player must choose a skill and change its description to alter its properties. This can also be done telepathically. Grant. Select target. Ability granted. Identify the person and the power to be granted. It can also be done telepathically. Issei, wow, a new ability, what could it be? I can think of some super powerful things. Let me try. The brown-haired boy began to write. Skill name, disintegration. Description: any target identified by the user within its field of vision is turned into dust. Issei, that looks good. Warning: insufficient HP for this action. Issei, and how many do I need? Calculating. HP needed 5,000. Issei, 5,000 what? Well, I think I went too far when I proposed such a good skill. I should try something simpler. The system has a recommendation. Issei, which one is it? A new skill was written on the create screen. Skill name, telekinesis. Description: the user can mentally move small and medium objects. In exchange, 200 RE will be used every second. Issei, looks good. How many PV should I invest? HP needed 450. Issei, it's definitely less than the previous skill, but it's a lot for the points I have. Okay. I want that skill. Notice: you have created the skill, telekinesis. Issei, and how many HP do I have left? PV 50. Issei, I only lose HP when I use those skills, right? HP can only decrease when create, edit grant is used. Issei, great. The boy took out an eraser he had in his pocket and threw it on the ground. Let's see how it works. You have activated the skill, telekinesis. The eraser was enveloped in a blue aura and began to float in front of Issei. Issei, it's fun. The brown-haired boy directed the eraser with the movement of his hand. It moved in circles, in zigzags. He even made sound effects with his mouth. Wish-wash. After school, Issei went to his usual place to complete his daily training. Alarm. You have completed the mission. One Punch Man training. Push-ups, 100-100. Sit-ups, 100-100. Squats, 100-100. Running, 10 kilometers. Your rewards have arrived. Reward 1. Status recovery. Reward 2. Status points plus 3. Reward 3. D-rank dungeon key. Issei, well, a dungeon, although I wanted to train my fighting styles a bit. Meh, I can do it later, he said before sitting on the ground, but first I'll rest a bit. Oh yeah, I wanted to try edit. Edit. Select the skill. Issei, what should I test it on? I could try this. Select skill, Ent. Description: a spell that heals small wounds, RE required 100. Issei, I'll just change one thing. Description: a spell that cures serious wounds, RE required 1500. Issei, I wonder how much HP I'll need to change this spell. Warning: insufficient HP to perform this action. HP required, 2000. Issei, shit, that's a lot. I need to get a lot of HP. Life points are obtained by doing any activity satisfactory to the player. Issei, yes, I remember that. Well, then I'll do the other thing I wanted to do. The boy took out some kunais and a jar with a purple liquid. Name: Risaka poison. Description: poison extracted from the blue Risaka. When placed on weapons, it causes the effects paralysis and bleeding. Issei, I should be careful when handling this. Issei appeared in the alley of a not very busy area of the city. Issei, I'm ready for this dungeon. He scanned the area to make sure no one was watching him and went to the middle of the street, took out the key and opened the portal. Inside the dungeon it was like a tunnel. Issei, how dark, the minerals here barely provide any light. Good lord, how smart I am. The brown-haired boy raised a finger and a flame emerged from it. Well, in my head this illuminated more. Then he turned off the flame and extended his palm to create a large ball of fire. Much better. As he walked through the tunnel, the chestnut tree encountered numerous puddles of a blue liquid along with scratches on the walls. Issei, what could that be? Poison, blood, or something else? As we continued through the tunnel, high-pitched squeals echoed throughout the area. Issei, okay, I'm getting closer. Issei, that thing, he said as he watched a huge bat monster devour a giant centipede. I need to eat more. I need to get stronger. Issei, there are two of us now. He launched the fireball that was in his right hand, at least in the part of getting stronger. Why are you interrupting my meal? He said as he tried to put out the fire. Issei, calm down, old man, he said as he put a foot on the centipede that the bat was devouring. Get your own food, that's mine right there. Issei, I'm not interested in eating this garbage. He took out his sword and disappeared from his place. You have activated the skill sprint. You have activated the skill weapon creator. In an instant he approached the demon. With his katana he made a large cut in the demon's abdomen, but the bat flapped its wings and separated Issei from it. Issei, well done. The bat quickly charged at Issei. He was sent against the wall. He couldn't help but spit out his saliva. Issei, this shit is fast. He wiped his mouth with the back of his hand. The bat prepared to charge at Issei again. Issei, I must be careful when using Taekwondo because the place could collapse and I couldn't practice with the sword technique. I could be left defenseless if I use it carelessly. Issei realized that he was overthinking things, so he took a deep breath to concentrate. It doesn't matter, I just have to fight like always. Issei lit the blade of his katana on fire and launched himself at the bat. The brown-haired boy could barely scratch the bat. Issei, this shit is good at dodging. The chestnut tree stopped and jumped away, preparing a large fireball, but was unable to throw it as the bat quickly approached it. Issei, would you stay still? He moved away from the bat and threw a kunai that he took out of his inventory. You failed. Issei, I don't think so. You have activated the skill telekinesis. The kunai changed direction in mid-flight and stuck into the bat's back. The paralysis effect has been activated. Bleeding effect has been activated. 1% of the enemy's life will be subtracted every second. Issei, I failed, right? He said with a smile. He put his hands together and created a large ball of fire and then threw it. Issei, that was fun. He leaned against the wall to rest a bit. But his rest did not last long. Strange sounds echoed in the place. Issei, wait a minute, why didn't any message pop up about having defeated that bat? The blood of those insects was tasteless, but it helped me develop, and you smell so good I want to devour you. The bat left its previous body behind as if it were a chrysalis. Issei, brother, give me a breath. Issei began to run around the bat. He took out 2 kunais and wrapped them in fire and then threw them at the bat, but the demon protected himself with his wings. At that moment Issei took advantage and approached with sprint to cut off his feet. But the bat managed to take it in his hands. I need blood to recover. Issei, oh yeah? Good luck finding. The bat began to squeeze Issei's body very hard, forcing him to shut up. Blood. Issei, damn, what do I do? What do I do? At that moment he noticed the poisoned kunai that was left in the bat's previous body. Issei activated his telekinesis and used the kunai to stick it into the demon's neck. He released the brown-haired boy to complain of the pain. It hurts. Paralysis has no effect. Bleeding has no effect. Target is very strong. Issei, genial. The chestnut took out many shurikens and kunais, wrapped them in fire and then threw them at the bat. Issei, prepare for the rain of fire. He threw several weapons, grabbed 2 kunais also wrapped in fire and approached the bat at high speed. Annoying rat. Issei stuck a kunai into the side of the bat's torso and the other threw it at its neck, then placed his hands on the bat's body and released a large stream of fire. Without wasting time, he made his katana appear in his hands and jumped to cut off the bat demon's arm. By jumping he reached the roof of the cave, then he gathered a little more air and jumped again towards the bat. Issei is almost equal to water. Breathing is almost equal to the blade of his katana ignited, and as he approached he cut off the demon's head is almost equal to surface slash is almost equal to. Congratulations. You have defeated the bat demon and completed the dungeon. You have leveled up. You have leveled up. Claim your rewards. Rewards. Whirlwind. Gold X50,000. Complain. But. Issei, yes. You have unlocked quirks. You have obtained the quirk, Whirlwind. You have obtained 50,000 gold. Issei, ow, my chest hurts. The brown-haired boy was breathing heavily and with difficulty. Basic ninja weapon bag has evolved into Ninja Weapon Kit. The title, Ninja Weapons Apprentice, has evolved to Ninja Weapons Expert. Back in his training area, Issei leaned against a tree. Issei, status recovery. A green light completely restored Issei much better. Damn, this is the 5th set of clothes I ruined, he said while looking at his torn clothes. Okay, let's see what new thing I got. Quirk, Whirlwind. Description: the quirk grants complete control over the air around you with little to no body movement. Issei, a quirk. You have activated the quirk Whirlwind. A small tornado appeared in Issei's palm. Issei, so I can make tornadoes. How fun! Then he closed his fist to dispel the tornado. In addition to the quirk, they gave me gold. Air 165,000. Issei, I should buy something from the store later. Then he teleported away from the place. At Issei's house, the young brown-haired boy opened the main door, entering the house and finding his parents who were in the living room. Issei, I'm here. Mom, welcome Issei. Issei, it's good that I was able to go to my room to change my clothes. Blessed be teleportation. What are you doing? Issei couldn't finish his sentence as his pet pounced on him. Ragna, woof woof, he barked after leaving his leash on Issei's chest. Dad, he's very anxious to go for a walk. Could you take him? Issei, sure, let's go, buddy. Ragna, wow. Ragna and Issei were walking through the park. Issei, is it me or are you bigger? Ragna? Issei, never mind, let's just walk. After an hour of walking around the park, Issei stopped to sit on a bench. Issei, I think that was enough. Ragna, woof woof. Issei, do you want to keep walking? Ragna, wow. Issei, okay, 1 woof for yes, and 2 woof for no, understood. Ragna, wow. Issei, so you want to keep walking? Ragna, woof. Issei, I'm going to let you go, but come back soon, okay? The chestnut tree unbuckled the animal's collar, and it quickly ran off. Issei, I should see what's in store in the meantime. Issei narrates. I think it's been 1 hour since I released Ragna. When I checked the shop, I saw that the prices have increased since the last time I saw it. New skills also appeared. I read about one called Counterattack. It is used to reflect magic attacks with double the power. The problem is that it is quite expensive. I could buy it, but it would leave me without gold. I'm going to wait longer. Maybe in the future there will be better skills to buy. Even weapons. Why doesn't Ragna come back? Issei, I'll have to go look for him, I sighed before getting up from the bench. As I walked, I carefully observed the places where the animal could be. It took less time than I expected. I saw the large black-furred dog playing with a person I knew. Yotsuba, good boy, that girl was casually scratching Ragna's belly, and he seemed to be enjoying it. Did you come here alone? I wonder where your owner is. Ragna apparently saw me, as he stood up and came towards me, walking in circles around me. Issei, oh hi, I said calmly. Yotsuba, hey, is that you? Is that your pet? Issei, yes, her name is Ragna. When I said my pet's awesome name, I could hear a pff come out of that girl's mouth. Yotsuba, Ragna, eh? Issei, yes, what does it have? Yotsuba, no, nothing, it just seems like a name a little boy would choose. Issei, what? Ragna is a cool name, I quickly rebutted. What do you mean a little boy? Yotsuba, haha, if you say so, she said while looking away. Issei, by the way, what are you doing here? I asked as I fastened Ragnar's leash to his collar. Yotsuba, well, I really like to exercise, you know. Girls like to look good, she said while winking at me. Of course, it was obvious that she was exercising. She was wearing a sports top and black leggings. She also had a green bow in her hair. Issei, oh, I think I remember that Mika didn't like physical activities. I think we had conversations about that in the past while I was doing my daily training. Yotsuba, yes, the others don't like to exercise that much. Issei, we could do exercises together sometime. Yotsuba, we could do it, she said while nodding. That sounds fun, maybe tomorrow? Issei, it's a date, I mean, not a date, more like a meeting of friends, I said with some nervousness. Yotsuba just laughed at my behavior. Yotsuba, of course, she answered with a nice smile. Later at night. Issei's parents were already sleeping. Khaos and Asia were gathered waiting for the time to go to the raiding game that will determine the future of Rias Gremory. Khaos, why do you have your nun clothes? Asia, the president told me to wear whatever I felt most comfortable in, and I chose this one. Khaos, I see, that's cute, she said as she got out of bed. She was wearing her typical school uniform. Asia, yes, she stiffened for a moment due to nerves. Khaos, don't be so nervous, we're going to win this. That's what we trained for. He placed his hand on Asia's shoulder. Issei, ha, you're very confident, aren't you? The brunette leaned against the door frame of his room. Khaos, Issei, of course, you know that I don't like losing. He turned to look at Issei. Issei, yeah, I think my ankles still have bite marks. Khaos, ha ha ha, what good memories. Issei, anyway, take care of Asia, don't get her in trouble because of one of your impulsive moments. Khaos, what? Impulsive, me? Issei, yes, you, who else could it be? Asia, thank you for caring, she whispered as she looked down. Khaos, what did you say? I think Issei didn't hear you, he said with a mocking smile. Asia, Khaos, and a blush covered her face. Khaos, I think I'll go get some water before we go. He left the room and went down to the kitchen. Issei, don't pay too much attention to what she says, sometimes she can be a bit annoying. Asia, I know. Issei, are you okay? Asia, yes, it's just that I'm a little nervous. Issei, don't think about it too much. Focus on fulfilling your role and nothing else. He began to walk slowly towards Asia. Asia, I know I shouldn't think about it too much, but suddenly she felt Issei's palm on her head. Issei, calm down, everything will be okay in the end, and if it isn't okay it's because we haven't reached the end. Asia, PFF, ha ha ha, thanks for encouraging me. Issei, although I didn't say it in a funny way, whenever you want I wink at him. A few minutes later Khaos returns and transports herself and Asia in a magic circle. Issei, well, go to sleep. Ragna, woof woof.
Let me know in the comments below if you guys want the next part. Also check out my other video that has been shown in left. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video please like and share this video. And have a fantastic day. Bye.